fucked. All right, whatever.
Hello, everybody out there. It's your favorite president, President Trump. And have you heard? Everybody's talking about this new show, Dusty Smith, the Dusty Smith Show. Everybody's saying it's the best. It's the most bigly show there ever was. And I don't know, there's been a lot of good shows out there, but it's a good one. It's a pretty good one, so check it out if you haven't. And it's time to float, motherfuckers.
Time to float. You float down here.
What's up, everybody? It's time to float. Welcome to the greatest one-man show in the history of everybody who has ever lived. It's me, your host, humble, handsome Dusty Smith, and this is the Dusty Smith Show. Appreciate you joining me tonight. Got a little late start. Some technical difficulties. For some reason, this goddamn bar here won't drop down. Not behaving. Whatever. Hopefully we won't have any problems. Don't know. Fuck it, we'll do it live. And had a little AI to start us out with. Been messing with the AI programs. I didn't do a show on Monday. Didn't have enough content, really. And sometimes I need to recharge my batteries. You guys know how it is. So spent the week messing with the new AI programs. I did a video, I don't know if you guys saw it, talking about how you can just sing a song and you can click a celebrity and it'll automatically make that song sound like the celebrity, which is pretty cool. Can't hate on it too bad. So anyway, bad thing about skipping the show is we have so much to catch up on. Got a week's worth of stuff, and it's another one of these impossibly large shows. Worked on it right up to the last minute, so packed to the gills. If you've never tuned into a show before, basically I take about 20 hours worth of content and I pack it into 2 hours to make this the fastest paced comedy news program ever. No one's ever done anything like this. So please think about supporting the show if you can. Super Chats is a great way to do it. I read every single super chat at both halftime and at the end of the show. And the more you donate, the more serious I take your question. So down here's like a button or something. You can't see it because the spar that won't drop down is in the way. But trust me, it's there. And you can donate to the show. And I read whatever you say. You can hear my beautiful voice, quotes your statements or jokes or whatever. So anyway, super chat me. Do it to it. But let's go ahead and kick off the show. Got to get started. Open your hymnals to page 1, as we always do, because you know what time it is. It's religious bullshit. Yeah! Religious about that bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious about that motherfucking bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. Everybody sing, it's time for religious bullshit. To the end, getting to start off on religious bullshit. And once again, prepare your shock faces. Doing what we do. Yeah, bunch of pedophiles. And you'll note, not a single drag queen. According to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, 2 directors of programs including or targeting towards children were some of the people arrested in the child sexual predator ring. Included youth pastors and teachers at Christian schools. About what you'd expect. I'm going to rocket through these because there's so many of these. Former Texas City Council candidate, missionary, oh, shocker, and firefighter, Burned Niels. Dutch de Blau, that's too long, too many names, dude, has been arrested a second time for child sex crimes. You think he would have learned his lesson the first time, but nah, dog. Nah, Dylan the kids, that's what they do. And here's another one. Cody Barlow, former youth pastor at First Baptist Church and Weewalka Middle School principal. Super cool. Christian principals just raping your kids everywhere. Not a single one of you boycotting about it. No Proud Boys, no Q, nothing crickets. I'm the only one talking about this. Same dude. Christian brand founder gets 35 years for child sex. Yeah. Jesse Joshua. Okay, I can talk. Jesse Joshua Akives, who founded the Christian clothing brand The Way. Oh yeah, he knows The Way. And had been active in the Christian hip-hop music scene, awful, was convicted last month of numerous charges of sexual child molestation. Yep, he sure was. Looked the part for sure, but I'm sure he's good at rapping. Fool can spit some bars, I guarantee you. And 12th one this month, 131st since November 1st. Tennessee pastor arrested for uploading child porn. Yeah, there's like one every other day now. I know you guys get tired of me saying the same thing over and over again about how if like just 1% of this amount of people were drag queens, they'd be burning down drag queen story hours, everything, you know. But churches, they don't care. They just take their kids right to this guy, even though he's clearly a pedophile. You can just look at him and tell that's a pedophile if I ever fucking saw one. So not the best, Christians, not the best anymore. Let's just jump into the Christian hate preachers. Wondering why children, everybody's fleeing for religion. Well, look in the mirror. Christian hate preacher Aaron Thompson going to tell us about how we shouldn't even have gay friends. Yeah, no love of Christ. No, even if you think homosexuality is wrong. Jesus specifically taught about turning the cheek, loving your enemy, all that. But nothing when you're a Christian hate preacher. It's all hate all the time.
I don't think that men and women, when they get married, should have friends of the opposite sex. I don't think that you should add your high school flame on your Facebook page. I don't think that you should, you know what I mean? Like, why are you just setting yourself up for being, entrapped in some kind of a situation? Don't do it. You got your friend. That's the friend that you wanted for life that was the opposite sex, all right? You stick with that person. But like, nobody should be going on lunch dates with somebody else's spouse in this church. Right. Nobody should be going out on lunch dates with their old friends from high school that are of the opposite sex. You're setting yourself up for failure, and you're setting yourself up for your family to be destroyed.
Or, and hear me out, you could just be a fucking adult. Keep your urges to yourself, be mature. You can have women as friends if you're not just a mentally child horn dog, Might want to step it the fuck up, Christians. And anyway, I don't blame any woman for not wanting to be alone with you. He just projecting his own insecurities. And you know who is a super bully? A terror to everybody? Actress Patti LuPone. It's true. Charlie Kirk feels bullied. And you know that you're a super manly alpha male when you're intimidated and bullied by actress Patti LuPone.
This before, and I'm going to get in trouble, but I have said this before, and it's been in print. I don't know what the difference between our Christian right and the Taliban is. I have no idea what the difference is.
You're not the only person who's said that.
Yes.
I just don't know what the difference is.
Yeah.
What's happening in this country right now in the name of religion is so dangerous. This before, and
nothing. Very, very, very little difference. In fact, the Christians nowadays respect, they look up, they admire the Taliban because they have their women's in check. Their women's can't vote. But Charlie Kirk's like, actress Patti LuPone says she can't tell the difference between the Christian right and the Taliban. Christians have been bullied by secular extremists like Patti LuPone for too long. No more. And first off, what the fuck you gonna do about it, watermelon head? What do you mean no more? You ain't gonna do shit, motherfucker. Just bitch and whine. And spoiler alert, we love that. Your tears are salty yet delicious. So keep it up. Cry more, noob. And then starting to think all these Christians continuously bitch about grooming children don't actually care about that in any way whatsoever. I mean, not only do they take their kids to be raped by youth pastors, Christian school principals continuously, but also child abuse like this everywhere all the time in churches.
You thought I was worth saving, so you came
Poor
and
kid.
changed my life. You thought I was worth keeping.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, they teach you from birth that you are broken, that you are wrong, that you are sinful. And the only way you can be forgiven for your broken, sinful nature is to submit to your parents' imaginary friend, to join the same exact cult that they do. And these kids have no idea what they're doing. They're just mimicking exactly what they've seen their parents do. Hey, this is how my parents prove that they're dyed-in-the-wool members of this cult. And they'll just bring their kids and give them to assholes like this who will abuse them. Now, I'm not saying this guy in particular is a child rapist. What's that, God? He is a child rapist? Okay, I didn't say it. God, who speaks to me sometimes, told me that this guy is a pedo. So, cool, Christians. Keep it up. Starting to think you guys might be the groomers, and move right along. Cringe alert for those of you susceptible to cringe-induced injuries. This is bad, and they should feel bad about it. So this guy sat around clearly thinking about, hey, how can I make myself look super cool, super badass in front of my church congregation? Who could I attack? What could I make a big deal about? What kind of moral panic can I spread? Hey, why don't I shit on the Easter Bunny? Yeah, sure, why not? And so how can I make myself look like a alpha male, like a peak physical specimen? Why don't I get somebody to dress up like the Easter Bunny, and then I'll go over and I will choke slam them in the middle of my service? Man, I look so badass, and everybody will stand up and cheer for me. I bet I'll make lots of money from the cult members. Let's have a look, see how that went. So here he is, obviously peak physical specimen. Gonna walk over. Were they saying rock bottom? Because that is not a rock bottom. That is a choke slam. And he walk away. Woo! Woo! Look at his skinny ass leg. Got a big fat gut, skinny legs. Always skip leg day. He skipped all the days. No workout for him. Just donuts all the time. But he's super badass because he choke slammed his buddy in an Easter Bunny costume. So amazing. Always the best. But at least they're easy to make fun of. I'll give them that. And what else we got here on the religious bullshit this week? Oh, yeah, folks. God's not a buzzkill. Yeah, I mean, he tells you all the shit you can't do, and somehow it always seems like it's the fun stuff. He never wants you to have any fun, but it's not because he's a buzzkill. He's actually trying to help you by making your life shitty. And I just got to say right off the bat, I don't know what the fuck is up with this dude's facial hair. This is the gayest motherfucker I ever seen in my life, but don't tell him that.
God is not a buzzkill.
When he gives a command in the scriptures, it's not to burden us or to be a buzzkill. It's actually to bring you into a higher way of living. The best forms of life are the ways of righteousness. God has a righteous way for your sexuality. There's a highest way for your sexuality. These are not burdens, these are blessings, because...
That's right. This guy is denying his sexuality clearly because of God. God has a plan. Regardless of what he feels inside, he's going to bury it down deep. But this is not a look, dude. This is a... What the fuck is this? First I thought he had like a mask hanging on his chin. But nope. All of the nope, motherfucker.
You think you're being burdened by the command. You're actually being burdened by disobeying the command.
I'm not being burdened by anything because I don't believe in any of this fake bullshit that you guys have invented in order to scare people into joining your cult.
You think it's better and more freedom for you to walk outside of God's righteous ways. I'm telling you.
I know it is. I am so much more free as an atheist than I ever was as a Christian, worried about some imaginary evil motherfucker judging me all the time for just wanting to live my life normally and feeling the natural urges that one does.
Go as far as you would like, but let me warn you now, it ain't gonna be free on the other end of that thing. And I'm not being mean. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to relieve a burden from you.
No thanks! I don't need your help, motherfucker! Go help your chin!
And I'm not being legalistic, for crying out loud. I am not legalistic, but I want to walk in the righteousness of God. Because his ways are the best ways. These are the right ways of walking in holiness, purity, and love.
Amazing how his ways always end up being the ways you invented. But nope, not taking advice from you. You don't seem like you have your shit together very much, neckbeard. And then, imagine these ladies were sitting around thinking, hey, what can we do to look super cool on our social media and pretend like we're worshiping Jesus, even though this has nothing to do with Jesus whatsoever. What can we do? Hey, I got an idea. Let's collect a bunch of beans. And let's arrange the beans on a board in the shape of letters, and then let's throw the beans into the air. Super cool. That will definitely glorify Jesus. Let's have a look. That's embarrassing bullshit.
We make miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are.
Oh, I just noticed. Are they triplets? I didn't even notice that before. You're all dressed horribly. Everything about this is bad and wrong. Good God, your husbands are cheating on you. Find a hobby, bitches, 'cause ain't it. And then, rolling right along, one more. And another great example of prepare your shock face. Cult members found starved to death in forest after fasting for Jesus. 4 people have died and 11 others are in a hospital in Kilifi, Kenya after starving themselves to see Jesus. Hey, it worked! You guys are in heaven now, or, oblivion. Deleted, belly up, either way. On alleged orders of their preacher, according to reports. I wonder if he died. 3 of those in the hospital are in critical conditions. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed that they also go meet Jesus. I'm just saying, all Christians should do this. Might want to follow their footsteps. Hey, do you have faith or not? Prove it. Good to see some Christians actually have the backbone of their convictions. Just saying. And that is my quick religious bullshit. Having a roll through it this week. Do I look choppy over here? My shit looks choppy to me, but maybe it's just my fucking bullshit. I don't know. Hopefully my stuff's not fucking up. My computer doesn't seem to be doing very well today. I'm angry about it. But anyway, that's what you got to say. Dirty, sexy pals. Love you guys. Preacher eating a lobster right now. I know, right? He was probably eating steak and shit the whole fucking time, watching them die. Found on your side, good. Maybe it's just my bullshit. Darwin 2024, I know, unless they have kids. If you have kids and you die stupidly, technically you're not a Darwin Award winner because you had kids. You look okay here. All right, appreciate it. A little choppy, but you looking good. Is it choppy? It shouldn't be fucking choppy. There's zero reason for any of this to fucking be choppy. Got a 40/90 card. Everything's fucking jacked to the goddamn bone. Angry. A bit choppy. What the fuck? Why is it choppy? I don't even understand anything about what's happening right now. Motherfucker. Anyway, I'm just going to pretend like it's not and keep rolling with the goddamn show. My shirt is, I used to sell these. This is my Carl Sagan shirts. Carl Sagan is my homeboy. Hell yeah. Remember back in the day when I used to have an atheist clothing line and I used to be one of the main supporters of the atheist community, and then they all turned into shit and I was like, fuck these motherfuckers. It was when Jacqueline Glenn started doing videos with Blair White, and I was sponsoring Jacqueline Glenn. I was also sponsoring TJ, Amazing Atheist, and I was like, nope, fuck this. I'm not sponsoring any of these motherfuckers anymore. I am just deleting my clothing line. So I ended up with a bunch of shirts of these clothes and shit. So I'm going to wear them. Why not? Snappy, not choppy. All right, cool. Process Explorer. Yeah, hell Sagan. Hell motherfucking Sagan. All right, move right along. On the world's greatest show, it's time for some Trash World. Sing along if you know the tune. Oh, a Trash World. It's a trash world. It's a dumpster fire, and it's hellish. It's trash world. It's trash world, you know. And everything sucks all of the time. It's trash world. Trash world. And yes, I know TJ likes me now. I like TJ now. But this is back in the day when even TJ admits that he kind of went on the alt-right pipeline a little further than he should have done. And I couldn't support that. But he's come back. Like TJ, man. TJ made some big progress. Like he almost more hardcore leftist, trans rights than I am these days. Look at his Twitter feed, and it's like he getting out there and fighting the good fight. So what up, TJ? Good on you. And hey, first off, on tonight's Trash World. It's a bad one, y'all. Man, starting to think America might not be okay. We only have like 30 guns for every human being or some shit. Things bad. They just shooting people all over the place for no reason. I'm sure you heard about this story, but if you haven't, prepare to be depressed.
City police say someone inside a Northland home shot a teen in error after the boy drove to the wrong address to pick up younger siblings. Good evening, I'm Shannon Russo.
I'm Kevin Barry. That teen was supposed to go to a home on Northwest 115th Terrace. Instead, he went to a home 1 block over on Northeast 115th Street.
Lake County Prosecutor's Office says that they have not received any criminal referral, but this is still a very active investigation, with police telling us that this teen is in the hospital with injuries that are considered to be life-threatening. At the home where neighbors say it happened, a man vacuums the front steps after replacing a glass door. Fox 4 asked what happened.
I guess you'll have to check with other authorities.
Well, do you know this? Quote, suspect was brought to headquarters to give a statement. Older visitors also did not answer questions. Do you know any details about it?
Yeah, but I'm not at liberty to give that out, man. You know that.
Why not? Well, you're a friend.
Yeah, he's my buddy, man, and I love him to death.
Yeah,
is he an older guy? It's not this guy, right?
No, come on, man. We all take care of one another, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Y'all, there was nothing that was an error about that shooting. My nephew rang the doorbell. He opened up the door. He shot him in the head and said, "Don't come back here again." When he fell down, he shot him again. That is not an error.
So, yeah, another racist asshole. Kid went to the guy's house wrong and just shot him. Yep, this old fucking, this kid right here. This is a hate crime. Kansas City, black family demanding justice after a white man shoots a black boy, Ralph Yarl, in the head twice for ringing doorbell of the wrong home. The guy claimed that the kid was trying to open his storm door. No evidence of that. But even if he did do that, yeah, it's not a capital offense. Shouldn't try to murder somebody over it. And I know it's also going to shock you, but yeah, it's an old racist white motherfucker. This guy, Boomer, just, I hate everything. Might as well kill some darkheads while I'm at it. And his grandson gone public to say, yeah, he racist as fuck. Grandpa's a mad racist. Kansas man 84 who shot black 16-year-old Ralph Yarl was stock American Christian male warped by QAnon and racism. So, of course, over there on the DonaldTrump.win website, they're taking up for the racist guy who shot the black kid in the head twice for no fucking reason. And they're making fun of the grandson who told the truth about his granddad. They're like, cool, dreadlocks. Did your boyfriend braid them for you? Or after he made you his prison sissy bitch? Cultural appropriation, half black Vosh looking noodle fucker. What? He don't even look like Vosh. I guess I can kind of see it. Someone should find other grandchildren who don't look like shit and see what they say about their grandpa. What a total piece of shit going against his family for some fame. I hope he gets hit by a bus. Yeah, it's the guy telling the truth about his grandpa who's the bad guy. Not the racist grandpa who shot a black kid in the head twice. No, it's this guy who did nothing but tell the truth. He's the true villain here, according to conservatives. Good God, they have no moral compass. And, of course, Fox News, Johnny on the spot to defend the racist.
Hard turn to a sad and tragic story out of Kansas City, where a young man, 16 years old, appeared to have gone to the wrong residence. The man inside, the 84-year-old man inside, responded to the young man at his door with gunshots. Now, you can imagine yourself on both sides of this door, going to the wrong residence to pick up your siblings.
I can't.
Got the wrong.
I literally can't imagine myself shooting somebody in the head because they rang my doorbell or they try to even open my door on accident. At the very most, I would say, hey, I have a gun. Don't break into my house. I definitely would not execute anybody over it. Not even close, because I'm not that afraid of anybody. And I'm not afraid of black people either. So, can't put myself in that position at all. But I guess you could, racist Fox News host. Yeah, I can see myself murdering a 60-year-old black kid who rang my doorbell. Who couldn't?
Address. And all of a sudden, as you're standing at the doorbell, shots ringing out. You can also imagine yourself on the other side, an 84-year-old man with a 6-foot-tall guy outside your door, reportedly pulling on the glass outer door to come inside. Here's what I would tell you. This is a tragedy, but there is zero evidence that it is racist. And that's the narrative today, that it is ringing a doorbell while being black. I'll reserve judgment, as we all should, until we get the facts to arrive at a conclusion.
But he won't, because we already have the facts. His grandson already coming out, explaining how racist it is, and this guy's not going to report it. He's going to reserve judgment until he gets the facts and then never report on those facts. That's what they do. Number one with racist, always Fox News. And, of course, over there on OAN, or whatever the fuck this is, Crosstalk with Lauren Winsk, they're doing the same thing. This guy supporting racist 100% and pretty sure he would have shot you before he shot the black kid. Might want to pick your friends a little better there, Ed Saul.
There is a lynching underway in Kansas City, Missouri. There is an elderly man, 84-year-old Andrew Lester, who's being accused of felony armed assault. This man, all he did was defend his property when he felt like his life was in danger.
Oh my fucking
this man
God,
shot
dude.
a 16-year-old man, this young
16-year-old man
who is 6 foot tall. It's being painted as if this individual's a class.
Notice they keep mentioning how tall he is. Ooh, he's scary. Scary tall black child. Ooh, he has every right to be afraid at this 6 foot tall boy.
A student. He plays the clarinet. He's in the band. Well, he also knocks on doors, rings doorbells at 10:30 at night. All of this has led to a brand new, I think, a race war brewing in Kansas City.
Totally.
We're going to go through a lot of the facts that you are not hearing from the actually racist media, the people who hate white people.
And it's really an attack on Christians. This is a Satanist attack on Christians. That's what it is.
Definitely what it is.
And if it's not for people like us, they're just going to take all our grandparents, all our parents, any one of us who...
Yes, any of your grandparents who shoot somebody in the head for ringing their doorbell. Yeah, we're coming after you, Grandpa. You might not want to do that.
Who holds a position such as wanting to defend your property, that you believe in Jesus Christ as the Son of...
People in the chat saying he was 5'8", so that's even more racist, isn't it? Yep. Gonna make him seem even more scary and tall, so it's justified in murdering him. But even if he was 7 fucking foot tall, that's not justification to shoot him in the head for knocking on your door.
God.
It's crazy. We're like, because we're white. Edward, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to leave.
Because we're white. That dude ain't white. I'm sorry. What the fuck y'all talking about?
Country in 2 years. I'm gonna have to. Like, we're gonna have to flee this country because
do it, bitch! Sha-da na 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 na. Hey hey hey! Get the fuck out!
They're gonna be trying to come for us. They're gonna try and come for us unless this is stopped and the rule of law is reestablished in this country with good leadership. We're done. Like this, we can't come back from this. It's just going to get worse. We're locking up grandpas now.
You can't even shoot kids in the head anymore for knocking on your door. What's the world coming to?
And doing media smears because they defended their homes.
Yes, he defended his home against a knocker. God damn, what a trash society. And then apparently, this girl pulled into this guy's driveway to turn around and he murdered her. Yeah, sure, America. A group of friends pulled into a driveway to turn around when 65-year-old Kevin Monahan came out of his house and shot at the car, killing 20-year-old Kaylin Gillis. Folks, Can't go to church, can't go to the grocery store, can't go to Walmart, can't go to the bank, can't go to school, can't turn around in a driveway in this country without getting murdered. Don't leave the fucking house, apparently, in this hellscape we find ourselves in. Young pretty girl, like, holy God. Then apparently these cheerleaders were in a parking lot, and this girl thought that she saw her car and she got into it. It turned out it was another guy's car. So she got out of their car. They went back and they got in their car, and he got out and he shot at them. This guy, 2 cheerleaders, was shot in a Texas supermarket parking lot after one opened this guy's door. I guess this fucking incel was angry that these cheerleaders dared get in his car. Why not just walk up to them and try to gun them down? So yeah, this whole country's fucked, y'all. I'm sorry I had to be the one to report this, but somebody got to do it. And then did you guys hear about this one? Apparently, this pregnant lady was shoplifting, allegedly, at Walgreens. And so the employee went outside and filmed her. And they maced the employee, so he pulled out his gun and he shot her and her fetus. Yeah. They had to take her to the hospital and do an emergency C-section to try to save the baby, and now her and the baby are in critical condition. Folks, it's just getting wild out here. Like, this is 1 week. I did a show last Friday. Just the whole country collapsing around us. And then, great example of eat the rich, folks. You guys heard about this cunt? Is that the word? Yeah, that's the word. Cunt. This rich cunt works for a company called, what the fuck's this company called? Miller Knoll, which apparently is a furniture making company. And some of her employees were worried that they're not going to get their bonuses. They're, a lot of them, working for just slave wages. Below the poverty line, $30,000 a year, and they want like just a 5% bonus. And she got a bonus already. That was 300% of her salary, folks. Not shitting you. She got paid $1.29 million, and then she got another like $3 million in bonuses. She got her bonuses. So she's gonna go on her Zoom chat and she's gonna tell them, "Don't worry about your bonuses. Get away from Pity City and just focus on making the company $26 million more dollars that we're short. We projected we were going to do $26 million more than we're doing. So focus on making more money so I get my bonus and leave your Pity City." Yeah, she got roundly called out and mocked for this. 10 million views. Let's have a look.
Questions came through about how can we stay motivated if we're not going to get a bonus? What can we do? What can we do? Some of them were nice and some of them were not so nice. So I'm going to address this head on. The most important thing we can do right now is focus on the things that we can control. None of us could have predicted COVID. None of us could have predicted supply chain. None of us could have predicted bank failures. But what we can do is stay in front of our customers, provide the best customer service we can, get our orders out our door, treat each other well, be kind, be respectful, focus on the future because it will be bright. It's not good to be in the situation we're in today, but we're not going to be here forever. It is going to get better. So lead by example, treat people well, talk to them, be kind, and get after it. Don't ask about what are we going to do if you don't get a bonus. Get the damn $26 million. Spend your time and your effort thinking about the $26 million we need and not thinking about what you're going to do if we don't get a bonus. All right? Can I get some commitment for that? I would appreciate that. I had an old boss who said to me one time, you can visit Pity City, but you can't live there. So people, leave Pity City. Let's get it done. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Only thing she's worried about is making sure she gets that $26 million extra dollars so she gets even more bonuses. And any of you who want your bonuses, you're in Pity City, barely making ends meet. You want an extra 5%? Oh my God, quit whining and get to work, slaves. So yeah, apparently they're also threatening to fire workers who are calling her out for this and stuff. So bad. People are, I guess, boycotting Miller Knoll. All that's going to do is hurt the employees, but definitely should fire that woman stat. And That is my trash world. We're rolling along tonight, folks. So much to cover. You got to get through it. So we're doing it fast on the fastest paced comedy news program that's ever existed. Fucking mic drop. I know, right? You now live in Pity City. Speaking of Pity City, I noticed that since I started wearing these t-shirts, my underarm, I know you guys care about this, it's not sweating profusely anymore. So apparently it was just those shirts I was wearing. I don't know why they were making me sweat so much. I actually bought some like underarm pads to put on there. But then I was like, why don't you just stop wearing those shirts? Just stop. Just wear a t-shirt, Dusty. You ain't got to be fancy. And also t-shirts make you look younger anyway, you old motherfucker. Don't you want to look younger, Dusty? And it turns out, yeah, I sort of do. So we're just going to wear t-shirts from now on. Sorry I'm late. No forgiveness. You know the rules. That was some good trash. Hell yeah. Depressing, as often is on this show, but what you gotta do. And move right along, folks. Let's do our what the fucks. WT fuck. What the F? And first off, on tonight's what the fuck. Apparently, this is an actual sign that exists in an Applebee's, and let's read along and see if we all can find the problem in it. It says, minors are not permitted in this area unless what? Accompanied by a parent? Okay, that makes sense. Adult spouse? Okay, stop. Flag on the play. What? Minors are not permitted in this area unless accompanied by their adult spouse. Okay, first off, maybe if they're minors, they shouldn't have adult spouses, Applebee's. I'm seeing a flaw in this logic right the fucking way. Anyway, or a legal guardian or whatever, so don't know. Pretty normal, I guess, for this country where child marriages are legal in 47 states or some shit. Gross, America. And, oh my God. So depressing. Guys, hear about this one. So apparently, Oklahoma Sheriff Kevin Clardy was caught on a hidden audio recording fantasizing about lynching black folks and hiring hitmen to murder journalists. So I guess it was a journalist who was at the meeting or whatever, and he left a recording device there because he thought when he left they might have a secret meeting, did not know what he was going to find. He found information them talking about trying to kill him and whatnot. I'm going to play you the audio, but the defense is from this guy is, hey, you illegally recorded me. That should be off limits. Yeah, not that, hey, I bragged and fantasized about lynching black folks and was incredibly racist and threatened to hire a hitman to kill a journalist. No, that's not the problem. The problem is you recorded me illegally, which you didn't. Anyway, let's have a listen to this horrific bullshit from this sheriff. Hey, Cab.
If it was back in the day, would Alan Marshall take a damn blackjack, whoop their ass and throw them in the cell? I'd run for fucking sheriff. Yeah. Well, it's not like that no more. I know. We'll take them down here on Mud Creek and hang them up with the damn rope.
Yeah, take them down in Mud Creek, hang them up with the daggone rope. With dagnabbit. Yeah, it's like fucking Boomhauer. Tell me racism is dead in this country, folks. You want to know why we have a two-tier legal system that is much more oppressive towards black people? It's because a racist, racist piece of shit like this are elected sheriff. And here's the crazy part. Even when shit comes like this out, the racists that live in the community that he does will just elect these people again. They don't care.
But you can't do that. Think about it, they got more rights than we got.
Yeah, they got more rights than we got now. I can't believe the darkest finally got some rights. What's this country coming to? You can't lynch black folks no more. You can't shoot boys for knocking on your door. It's just gone to hell.
They got more rights than we got.
What they really don't know is they...
And that's the thing about it, 20 years ago I would have done this.
And that woman, they're very insignificant. Black folks are meaningless in my life. They ain't got no power over me. Just, you can't get any more racist than this, folks. And like, as a guy who lives in Mississippi, I've grown up around this kind of language my entire life. When these racist Southern motherfuckers are alone, they're all saying shit like, not all of them, A lot of them are saying shit like this. Of course, I don't hang around those people anymore. Since I'm an adult and I can actually choose who to hang around, I don't have a lot of interaction with these people. Although sometimes I like go to family reunions and stuff, and they just try to, they talk like this because they believe it bothers me. Even though it doesn't bother me, it just makes me feel sorry for them that they're trying to hurt my feelings by being racist. But still, this is what it's like here, folks.
That's the thing about it. 20 years ago, I would have done something like that. 20 years ago, I wasn't in a political position. You know?
They're insignificant in my life.
Yes.
Really, they bring
Don't say it. You know,
what goes around goes around.
It will. I told you it will.
Yeah.
I know where 2 big deep holes are if you ever need them.
I got an excavator.
These are like pre-dug. Yeah, but the thing of it is, you know,
We actually told the truth.
I've known 2 or 3 hitmen that were very quiet guys.
He's talking about hitman. I've known a few hitmen. Maybe we could hire one to get that journalist.
Yeah.
And would cut no fucking mercy.
Yeah.
In Louisiana, because it was all mafia around
Yeah.
Louisiana.
Yeah, but here's the reality. If the hair on his wife's head, Chris Willingham's head, or any of those people that really were behind all that, if the hair on their head got touched by anybody, who would be the bad guys?
Who'd you blame for?
Yeah.
On the bark body, you know, we wrap it up in tinfoil to preserve the body and stuff like that, and we got all the body parts and stuff like that. And Kyla was out there too.
All the body part. Oh, she come apart.
Yeah, just the bark bodies.
No, I know. I picked up on.
And
they really
Kyla,
fall apart when they're burnt.
Man, yeah.
Have you
ever had barbecue? That's another.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm hungry.
Kyla looked at the face.
Glasses
and they got to wrap the tinfoil and put her in the body bag. Kyla goes, "You do know what we got to do now, right?" And Face goes, "No, what?" She goes, "She got to preheat the oven 350 degrees, leave her in there for 15 minutes." And she went,
Yeah, these people are psycho as shit. There's a bunch of them in our police force. This is who's ruling us. The Godmen, who we have to obey at all costs or they'll murder us and get away with it in this trash fucking society. And then, holy shit. So, have you guys seen this show, Beef? It has Ali Wong and I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but the guy, I think his name is Steven Yeun, maybe. The guy who was in The Walking Dead. Anyway, it's a pretty good show. I actually watched the whole thing. One of you guys recommended it on my last show, and I watched the whole thing. Pretty good. So anyway, one of the stars of the show is a gentleman whose name is David Cho. And he got a little bit of hot water this week. It's kind of one of those situations. What the fuck's that guy's name? Anyway, I'll just play the video for you. There's 2 different videos, and they're both fucking horrific. Bobby Lee from Mad TV. Remember I played the video from Bobby Lee where Bobby Lee told a joke 4 different times about how he basically raped a 12-year-old prostitute who was crying, so he raped her harder because he got off of the fact that she was crying, and then he told the joke over and over, the joke, so funny, over and over again, and then when he got caught, he was like, "I was just joking, y'all." Well, anyway, here's a similar situation from this fellow. First off, this first clip, he's on this really wild, I don't know, wild's not the right name, disturbing podcast with this other Asian lady, and they're talking about having sex with a 13-year-old boy and how hot she thinks this 13-year-old boy is and how she wants to have sex with this 13-year-old boy and how she doesn't think there's anything wrong with it, and they're basically agreeing with her. Let me just play it.
It's considered statutory rape. First of all, would you even do that?
This 13-year-old? I think
he could have easily passed for 15.
Okay, if I
he
were...
could have easily passed for 15.
Barely, though. He wasn't necessarily like an old-looking 13. You look at him and he's definitely a child. He's just like really, like he had the perfect tan.
A child
and
doing adult
and
that shouldn't be considered statutory rape, and like it's consensual, and I was like, yeah.
No, that definitely no one would consider that rape except maybe his mom.
I don't think,
and that's only if she's like a total. Yeah, and the law.
I don't think there's a person. I mean, are we tripping right now? Are we being delusional? Is there anyone that has a problem with that? I mean,
no.
I think there's not one person that would think that's abuse and would just think how lucky that kid is.
Pretty much.
I mean, and we're talking about Asa and this 13-year-old kid.
I would advise Asa not to do that.
No, I'm just.
We're not
talking about. We don't want the legal answer. We're just saying, is that a problem for you if that happens?
Like, would you feel morally dirty if I went to the other room?
Yeah.
And this kid, like, would you look at me different?
Yeah. I'd be so.
Okay, not maybe would you look at me different, but like, would you think that I'm doing something wrong? Would you feel bad for the kid?
I would be so proud of both of you guys. I'd be happy.
I would be sad for the kid because I'd be like, he won, but I'd be sad for you because you're going to the pokey.
Why would I go? Who's gonna tell? No snitching.
Snitching.
Money Mark,
Snitches and stitches.
as a father who has sons in that range, what would you say?
Well, we have the law. So.
All right.
Yeah, let's put that to the side.
Let's ignore the law for a second. 30.
You'd be fun because you'd go to prison and you really.
We're not talking about the law right now. The law. What are you, a like
snitch?
Do-gooder or something?
I'm a snitch.
Are you a snitch? Oh yeah. Would you snitch on us?
It sounds like you would because you're so sure we'd go to jail.
Yeah. We would never go to jail.
I would just hurt you guys.
What are you talking about? What are you, the protector of 13-year-olds or something?
I think somebody has.
What a nerd.
What a nerd! Wanting to protect 13-year-old boys from being raped. Yeah, totally. Definitely no double standard here, I guess. Like, wow, what in the fuck? Imagine recording that and then releasing that yourself. What is happening? And then another video emerged of him seemingly sort of talking about mouth raping his masseuse.
You're so gross.
I know, I'm sorry. It's disgusting. I'm getting turned on right now just telling the story.
A lot of critics have been raving about a show called Beef on Netflix. One of the actors on that show is the artist David Cho. Here is a clip from his podcast in 2014 in which, in his own words, he's detailing how he assaulted a black massage therapist.
So I just take her hand and I put it on my dick. And she just holds it there. And it's just like, she's just like holding it.
Like limp?
No, she's holding it, but she's just like...
She's holding it on her own?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I go, you like that? And she's like, yeah, it's all right. Like, she's not like, yeah, I love it. She's like, it's okay. And I was like, can you help me out a little bit? And so she does it.
Okay, this is a little hot.
But it's horrible. It's like this. She's not doing it,
She's still in denial.
She's in denial. So I go, can I help you? And she's like, all right. So then I put my hand over her hand, and I put my other hand, and I go, so now I'm holding her hand around my dick, and I start jerking my dick off. And she's like, and one of her strands of her hair goes down, and I'm like, and I go, this is how I like it. And she's like, oh. And I was like, spit on it. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. And I was like, no, spit on my dick. And she's like, no. She's like, this is crazy, And it's like, she's definitely like not into it, but she's not stopping it either.
Because she doesn't know yet. She doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
She doesn't know yet.
Because in her head, I think she's thinking, I'm gonna get a good tip.
Oh well, I'll tell you what happened with that. So then I say spit on it, and she won't spit on it. And then I was like, kiss it, and she's like, no, there's all the oil. There's
what's wrong with you?
There's like,
you're asking for too much.
He has a problem.
This is the difference between asking. So I go kiss it a little. She's like, no, all the massage oil's on it. I take the back of her head and I push it down on my dick, and she doesn't do it. And then I go, open your mouth, and she does it. And then I start face fucking her.
You raped.
Well.
Okay.
Yes, you raped. Totally cool. They know, but they don't care. Why would they? Imagine, like, what is wrong with these people? Recording this and putting it out in public like it makes them look good. I guess they don't care. I mean, I guess they know that when they get caught out for this, they get more attention, and then the piece of shit in the world are like, yeah, look how many people they're triggering. It's just jokes, y'all. It's all jokes. We're going to support them even more. So he'll be going and doing Joe Rogan's anti-woke comedy club. He'll make even more money now. That's how the fucking system works. Rewards bad behavior. Yeah, Asteroid 2024, I agree. Fuck these rapists. And yeah, of course, he's like, oh, we're just joking. No, but you star David Cho told a story about sexual assault. Someone in resurfing clip, and he's like, nah, I'm just joking. Horrible. And then Ric Flair, remember Ric Flair? Woo! The nature boy, Ric Flair. Wildin', styling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, whatever. Remember I told you guys not too long ago how they did a documentary called Dark Side of the Ring, and one of the things they focused on was this infamous plane flight the WWE had, and a whole bunch of things happened on it, but one of the things happened on it was when he exposed himself to the flight attendant. Apparently he is a sexual assaulter. So anyway, he got caught out this week because you guys know who Steve Mongo McMichael is? Remember him? He used to be a wrestler. Mongo McMichael. Let me type this in. Back in the WCW days, Mongo McMichael was a wrestler. Remember, he looked like this. This guy right here, remember him? Mongo McMichael. Anyway, now he got ALS and he dying. So Ric Flair went to his hospital bed and took a picture with him, and it was this picture. Yeah, this one. So people are nonplussed by this one. Dude's lying in bed, dying, and he got his head around a blind. He's like, woo! Nature boy, woo! I'm not dying. So anyway, poor taste from Ric Flair, who does not seem like a very good guy, and people were a little upset with him. Ric Flair is straight out of the Danny McBride project. Love me some Danny McBride. In case you're wondering what Ric Flair deleted this, yes, he did delete it. He really is that full of himself. Also, wish the best for Mongo. Yeah, me too, but doesn't look like the best is happening for Mongo. There's tastes, and then there's horrendous. This is dreadful. Not the best. Not the best, Ric Flair. It'd be better. But anyway, Ric Flair will be dead soon anyway, so I guess it will all work out. It'll all sort out in the wash. And then, on the what the fuck section. This actually looks kind of fun. Apparently they have these driving simulators, I don't know, for like bus drivers and whatnot, and I guess they make it hard on purpose. So this guy driving along, and you gotta stop for buses, stop for the buses. No, you just murdered and shot. Yeah, you killed the police. You killed the police. Now keep on. Put your hands back on the wheel, dude.
This a real. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Keep on going. You murdered the police. Just drive on. Don't stop. It's fine. I'm sure nothing else will happen. You're clearly a very good driver. And keep your eye. Oh, keep your eye. Keep your eye. Look, keep your eye on the road, dude. Do not take your. Oh my God. Yeah. No. Now you killed somebody else. Yeah, you're bad at this. You're very bad at this, dude. Do not become a bus driver. You're going to kill us all. And we need more on this show. Like, to be honest with you, I'll be kind of bad about posting nothing but like poor sports. Like, people just can't take their losses, and so I want some more like uplifting stuff on the show. So found this clip of just a good old-fashioned sportsmanship. I'm glad they're teaching kids how to behave these days. These kids just wrestling, and this kid beat him 14-0. And then, just like you do, a good sport. Oh no! You knew it wasn't going to be good sportsmanship. You knew it. You knew that wasn't going to happen. The kid had to go to the hospital, and the other kid got arrested for assault or whatever. Let's have a look at that again. Yeah, he beat him like 14-2. It wasn't even close. He's like, shake my hand. No, I'm just going to sucker punch you in the face. Super cool, I guess. That's not the best, to be honest. Little brat. Not what you want in your child athletes. And you hear about this one? Apparently, this guy went out on the highway, took $200,000 worth of $100 bills and wanted to give them away. So, obviously, the best way you can give $200,000 away to needy people is go out to the highway and throw it into the air, which he did. Super cool. I'm assuming like half of it just blew away in the trees or shit. Birds will be making nest out of it. So that's not even the worst part. Apparently, he cleaned out his family's accounts of $200,000. Now they're all broke, and they're like, could you guys please give us our money back? I don't know why this guy emptied our bank accounts and then went and threw $200,000 with $100 bills in the air. Apparently everybody was like on the highway trying to get as much money as they can. They were out at nighttime with flashlights up in the trees trying to get $100 bills and shit. What the fuck? That is not how you do that. Donate that shit to charity. Fucking moron. And then on what the fuck? Speaking of complete fucking morons, the mayor of New York City might be one of the dumbest people in the history of mankind. How do you get this fucking stupid, y'all? Talking about a both sides. So he tells the truth about conservatives, and then he just makes up something bizarrely ridiculous about the left in order to pull off a both sides on how they're both equally bad. Let me just play it, and then we'll make fun of it.
This cold conspiratorial behavior of the far left and the far right. The American people are caught in the middle. The far right is saying everyone should have a gun, and the far left is stating that those who use a gun, nothing should happen, no repercussion. As American people, we're caught in the middle of that madness.
No, and what the fuck are you talking about? So he gave two right-wing positions. Everybody should have guns, and then if you use guns, nothing should happen to you. And then for some reason, to try to make the left look as crazy as the right, he assessed the right-wing position on the left. Like, who is this man? Who voted for this guy? What is wrong with you, New York City? Do better. Good God, that's so stupid. Like, does anybody even know what he fucking means? What is he even talking about? I can't even make any sense of this. Just gibberish. Yeah, what? That's my fucking question. What? And all right, that is my what the fuck making good time tonight. Rolling right along. Hell yeah, as we do. And still plenty of time to get your super chats in. We're going to do a whole woke panic section and also a beyond parody section before the break. And also heroes. We got like 3 more sections before the halftime, folks. That's the packed goddamn show I put together for you lucky motherfuckers tonight. So reward me with the super chats. But for now, going to do a little thing I like to call And first off, on tonight's woke panic. Oh shit, so all this dude did was decide he wanted a trans. Literally, that's all he did. So this is a popular children's YouTube star. I don't know why they call him popular children's YouTube star. He is a constant guest on Mr. Beast videos. Yes, Mr. Beast videos they're like general audience. So some kids watch it, but it's not specifically content for children or anything. The only reason that Andy No-Go is saying this is he's trying to paint this guy as a pedophile, or this lady as a pedophile. I'm guessing Chris Tyson is going by female pronouns now. So he's trying to make her seem like a pedophile. That's all Andy No-Go is doing here. So he's going to claim that he is a children's YouTube star when it's more of a general content. So they're doing exactly what they accuse the left of. They're going out and finding old Twitter tweets out of context in order to try to cancel this trans YouTuber for no other reason than the fact that they're trans. It's the only reason they're doing this. So anyway, Andy No-Go says, popular children's YouTube star Chris Tyson, who recently announced a transition to female identity, has locked down their Twitter account. Weird that he's using their pronouns instead of misgendering. Kind of woke there, Andy, to be honest with you. Following the revelation of disturbing tweets, Chris had posted about being sexually aroused by lolicon, a genre of sexual anime featuring young girls' toddlers. In November, Chris posted a photo of his toddler son dressed in high heels. Chris had also posted about climaxing during sex when Hitler was invoked. 100% just trying to find old tweets out of context in order to cancel Chris. So first, showing the account. I'm in Mr. Beast's video sometimes. And then, nothing gets my knob cranking like some lolly. course, we don't have any context. We don't know what exactly they're responding to, but obviously it's just a joke that they said in 2016. So 100%. What the fuck is that spin? 30-year-old clout chasing virtual gay man. Are you talking about me? Because I'm 48. You got that off by 10 years. But I am a virtual gay man, so you nailed that part. Anyway, 100% exactly what they accuse the left of doing. Finding old tweets out of context in order to try to cancel somebody. Cancel somebody. Then they post this one. Apparently his kid just put his wife's high heels on for some reason. You know, kids do that all the time. One time, I put my mom's dress on and went outside when she was talking to one of her friends in order to embarrass her. Now, I'm not trans or I am obviously virtually gay, like I said. No one gonna block that guy? Like, what the fuck? Message deleted by Spiky Weasel. Okay, thank you, Spiky Weasel. Anyway, why is he still spamming? Why is this guy not been blocked? What is happening? Am I going to have to take time out of the show and block this guy? Okay. I guess I will try to do it. Oh, they are been hidden. Okay. Already done. Anyway. Kids do that! But of course, going to make the fact that his child put on his mom's high heels to make it look like this trans YouTube star is a pedophile, of course. Chris says, I posted this on my Snap and saw some pretty rude comments. Say anything you want about me. I don't care. But anything towards Tucker will be immediately blocked. Yeah, I understand that. And then this one, when you're hitting it from behind and she says Hitler did nothing wrong, not. Obviously just joking. A cringe joke from 8-9 years ago. They're literally just pulling up to try to demonize Chris for no other reason than she's trans. That's it. And then you go read the comments. People are trying to find other old tweets to shit on Chris with. Like this one. That bitch looked good for a 4-year-old, which apparently is a meme. It's a song that somebody made about Dora Explorer. And so I guess 8 years ago, Chris thought it would be funny to quote the song making fun of Dora the Explorer. But out of context, it makes it look like she's a pedo, right? So, 100% obvious what they're doing. Exactly what they accuse the left of doing. Hypocrisy. No other reason than she's trans, trying to make her look like a pedophile, folks. That's what the right is about now. That's what they're stooping to. And then, yep, they're all in it. Here's a Michael Knowles. What is a lolly? Yeah, Chris joked about lollies 10 years ago. Let's insinuate she's a pedophile. Why not? Super cool. Very easy to make new accounts. It is very easy to make new accounts. Do it to it. Hey, I'm just thankful you're watching, you know? I know that, like, you're obviously a sad human being. You have nothing better to do with your life. Like, literally, you could be doing anything, right? You have the whole world at your fingertips. Every movie, every TV show, every book, every game available to you. You could be outside enjoying the outdoor, anything, right? But instead, you've decided that what you want to do with your life is to come on this show and then spam the chat with bullshit. That's how pathetic your existence is. So, like, I'm not mad at you. I just kind of feel bad for you. Like, I don't know what's going on in your life that's making you like this, but, like, if you need somebody to talk to, not me. I'm not going to talk to you. I don't give a shit. But, like, find a friend or something. Because, like, this behavior is indicative of, like, some serious mental issues. And it's just, like, all out pathetic and sad. So, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry for you, but this ain't it, bro. Anyway. Gotta try to paint her as a pedophile for no other reason than she's trans. That's their whole fucking game plan. And, of course, Steven Crowder in on it. Mr. Beast shoves trans agenda on children. Literally, it is the right continuously shoving the trans agenda. Most of the right-wing audience would never hear about any of this stuff if it wasn't for the right freaking out about it continuously. You guys are making this popular, freaking people out about it because this is all you have. You don't have any plans, positions, policies, or issues. Spreading hatred is all you got. That's how you make money. And yep, of course, Matt Walsh also in on it. They're all attacking Mr. Beast now, who has done absolutely nothing but support his friend. But you can't do that. You can't even support your friend. If your friend turns out to be trans, then you immediately must disassociate with them in every way. Block them. Condemn them. If you don't do that, if you're actually a good friend to them, the right will try to cancel you. If you don't cancel your friend, they will cancel you. But they're not hypocrites, folks. It's never cancel culture when they do it. And like I said, it's all they got, folks. Fear-mongering about trans people and saying the word woke 500 times. This is their entire playbook. Here's Coke Jr. going to just outright claim that trans people are terrorists. Sure.
I'm not going to say anything about what's going on in America with that radical agenda. They won't even call them the terrorists that they are. They won't call them the most privileged class in the country. Because if you're trans, you can just do whatever you want. There's a different set of rules.
There are literally laws in this country now banning people from being trans. You can't have medical care that helps you. You can't appear in public because you'll be accused of being in drag and arrested. Always the exact opposite of what they're saying at all times.
There's different set of rules for everyone else. If you're trans, what difference does it make? Oh, you have total privilege, total authority to do whatever you want, and no one can say anything. But I'm not going to say anything about what's going on.
No one can say anything. Yeah. If there's one thing I've noticed is how no one is speaking out against trans people, are they? No. Never hear anything demonizing trans people. No laws against trans people. They're just completely left alone to do whatever they want to at all times. Isn't that the reality we live in? No, it's not. As always, it's a bizarro world in conservative land. And, this is a great example of anti-trans propaganda. Lies is all they have. This is how they fearmonger. Straight grandmother says, I do not want to get into a huge deal because I see in the end nobody wins in these discussions. So this will be my final post. I had to search for this. I'm not like on an anti-trans mission. 100% this person on an anti-trans mission. It's like when they say it's not about the money, it's about the money. They search for this on purpose to post false information in order to shit on trans people. And then they claim, I'm not trying to shit on trans people. Yeah, you are. Transgender woman, world champion woman, silver medalist. Our eyes see the difference. That's right. This trans bodybuilder against this cis bodybuilder. We see it's not fair. How are they allowing this to happen? Well, obviously, the truth is totally different than what they're presenting. The actual truth is, Janae Kroc left, set a world record in the men's 220-pound weight class in 2009 prior to transition. She's not a woman's world champion. Maddie Rogers Wright didn't lose to Janae. She took silver in 2019 in the 156-pound weight class. So different weight classes. This one doesn't compete as a woman. They didn't lose to her. Just lies. That's all the fuck they have is lies, folks. And it works. This is how they spread the fear. This is how they get votes. And man, it's amazing to watch them freak out about it. Now, I know Meggie and Kelly here. Yes, I know her name is Megan, but she doesn't spell it right, so fuck her. If you don't spell your name correctly, I'm not going to pronounce it correctly. Anyway, this is what you call manufactured outrage. I know 100% Megyn Kelly does not give a shit about trans people, really. In fact, a couple years ago, she had a bunch of trans kids on her show, and she was like very supportive, calling out the bigotry towards them. But now, it is politically valuable to her to be transphobic, to jump on the bandwagon of shitting on trans people. Because like I said, this is all they have. This is, I guess they've decided this is a winning playbook for them. So watch her fake outrage about trans issues.
If we don't find our voices and start speaking up against this nonsense, we can kiss every woman's space goodbye. We can kiss women's rights goodbye. We can kiss sororities goodbye. We can take off our tops and our underwear and do our yoga in front of perverted men who just want to get off watching us.
Wait a minute. You're taking off your tops and pants at your yoga class? What kind of yoga class are you going to? And also, like, are men not allowed at your yoga class? I'm just saying. That's sort of sexist anyway. Anyway, continue.
Till the cows come home, stick your daughter in the sorority, let them at her. Find your voices, ladies, and the men who support.
Is this a problem? Is there someone who's complained that there's a transgender woman in their sorority who has abused them? Is this a real issue? I haven't heard this. I think you might be making it up there, Mitchian.
Us. Otherwise, this is our future. I'm sorry. I'm done. I don't want to deal with this shit at Tri-Delt, at Kappa Kappa Gamma, in the women's locker room.
Pretty sure you're way past your sell-by date there, Medji and Kelly. I don't think you're going to have any problems at any sorority anytime soon. You want your fake bullshit?
You can be supportive of trans people and what they're going through without surrendering to this madness.
Yeah, I'm not surrendering to your madness. I see right through it. And you fake as fuck. Try to make that money. Always be grifting. But hey, I like to see it melt down. It's beautiful. And then, North Carolina Republicans propose banning drag shows with felony charges. Super cool. Of all the problems that plague society, this ain't one of them. You want to know why you're losing the youth vote? Why your entire party is becoming obsolete? Might want to look in the mirror before it's too late. Oh, it is too late. And then, folks, here are these small government people.
Little Bitty Shapiro is outright saying that communities have the right to ban men dressed as women. Ban drag. Super freedom all the time, isn't it, folks? Definitely.
Should wearing dresses and skirts be illegal for men in public? If so, should wearing pants for women be illegal in public? Well, pants not so much, because there is a female version of pants that is nearly indistinguishable in many cases from male pants. But men wearing traditional female clothing in public, I think that there's a case that local communities should be able to stop that. Sure, I mean, we have local laws about being naked or indecent exposure, or at least we used to.
Definitely. Isn't it the same thing? A man wearing a dress is the same thing as showing your dick to children. It's the same thing. Let's make it illegal. Which, I mean, begs the question, how are you going to know it's a man in a dress unless you do genital inspections? You won't. So genital inspections coming to a town near you, thanks to the Republicans. Super cool. Definitely small government in every way. Not nightmarishly hellish, not authoritarian, just totally normal. And gender affirming care for adults is now banned in Missouri, basically. Remember, they said it was just about the kids, folks. It's just about the kids. Think about the children. They're sterilizing the children. They're cutting off little boys' dicks. They're not. But it's not about that, folks. It's about banning it completely. They don't want you to have the freedom to express yourself in the way you want to. And then once they're done with drag queens, once they're done with trans people, they're coming after just regular gays. We're going to have the Taliban people. We're going to have the morality police walking around imprisoning people. That's what they want here, folks. They are jealous of the Taliban. They are jealous of Islamic extremists. They want to import that to our country yesterday, folks. Horrible nightmare in which we're undergoing in this country right now. And speaking of woke panic, folks, now we're going to get into the Bud Light Gate, which I've been covering. Guys, remember this dude who made the Dad's Unwoke beer? Well, I'm not going to show you this video. Apparently, it looks like the original brewery that he had make his beer was actually owned by Anheuser-Busch. You can't make this shit up, folks. It's just marketing to the dumbest fucking people. So first off, on his website, he's selling a 6-pack of beer for $20 plus $14 shipping. $34 for a 6-pack of non-woke beer. At Walmart, it's like $7 for a 6-pack. And it's literally created by the same company that makes Bud Light. It's an intelligence test. If you buy beer from this guy, you failed. And so then he tried to get his beer made somewhere else, and the brewery he tried to get to make his beer denied him. Said, we're not making your beer, you ignorant fucking bigot transphobe. So once again, he picked a woke company to make his anti-woke beer. Just grifting all over the goddamn place. I almost admire it, but I don't. And the boycott, as always, is going extremely well. Jason Owen says, went to a baseball game last night. The lines for Bud Light were non-existent. Everyone was drinking Lone Star beer. That's right. Go woke, go broke. They all drinking Lone Star beer. So get fucked, Anheuser-Busch. By the way, who makes Lone Star beer? Oh, yeah. It's Anheuser-Busch. Of course it is. We have like 3 actual beer companies in this country making all the fucking beers. Yeah, Lone Star Brewery, built in 1884, was the first large mechanized brewery in Texas. Adolphus Busch of Anheuser-Busch founded it along with a group of San Antonio businessmen. Lone Star is the national beer of Texas. The brand has endured and refreshed generations of Texans. LOL. Yep. You dumb, man. It's beautiful. And folks, it's just insane how much content they have made because Bud Light sent some branded cans to Dylan Mulvaney. It wasn't a national campaign or anything. They didn't make a commercial on TV, nothing. They just sent this trans performer some personalized cans. And the quartering is made, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3. 24 videos about it just in this thumbnail alone. It's amazing. Like, don't conservatives get tired of watching the same content over and over again? I'm like the exact opposite. Conservatives will take one subject and make 50 videos about it. I have to have 50 subjects to do one video. I don't know how you guys aren't bored to tears, but yep, Bud Light bomb threats, Bud Light plagiarized, Dylan Mulvaney destroyed, Bud Light exec rage, Bud Light panic, just over and over and over again. Dude making bank, making the same video a million times. Conservatives just dullards, man. Nothing going on in their brains so they can watch the same content a million times and still somehow be entertained. And I agree with Will Stansel. Incredible how little time elapsed between I'm just worried about standards of gender care for minors and Bud Light briefly acknowledging the existence of a trans person, and it became an unforgivable crime against public morality. Like 3 months between concern trolling and eliminationism. Mask completely off. They don't actually give a shit about the children. It's all about bigotry. It's all about banning transgenderism. Because they hate it because it's new and different. It's all it's about, folks. And the RNC, I guess this is the NRCC, one of the official Republican channels, realizing that Bud Light is actually not a woke corporation at all. In fact, they donate to far more right-wing politicians than left-wing politicians. So this boycott is doing nothing but hurting their own political side. They tweeted this and then immediately removed it. The NRCC says, thanks to Dylan Mulvaney, we can all finally admit that Bud Light tastes like water. With our new koozies, you can make sure no one confuses Bud Light with a real beer ever again. And the koozie says, this beer identifies as water. Got them! But they deleted it because Bud Light, giant supporter of chud asses such as themselves. And as No Lie with BDC says, wow, the Republican Party just deleted this anti-LGBTQ tweet attacking Bud Light after it surfaced that the company is actually a top donor to them. They realized they were biting the hand that feeds them A Republican operative said. Hilarious. But not going to do any good. I'm sure Bud Light is still going to donate to Republican assholes. They don't care about this at all. They know what side their bread's buttered on. And I don't know if you guys saw this one. Holy shit. I don't know how this is real life anymore, folks, but this is real. So this guy who clearly has mental problems, let's just get that straight. He's clearly mentally slow. There's something wrong with this dude. But this is how the conservative propaganda works. These dim bulbs are on Twitter all day. They're on these YouTube conservative channels all day. And they're fed a steady diet of transphobia, bigotry, of fear, moral panic. And they really think the best way they can virtue signal that they're actually a good person, that they're not a pedophile, that they're not a kitty diddler, that they're actually one of the good ones, is to have fake outrage over Bud Light or beer. This guy is so dumb, he actually went to the Walmart aisle and he destroyed the wrong beer. He doesn't even know what he's supposed to be upset about. He just knows that he's virtue signaling to the other conservatives that he's one of them. Stay tuned to the end. I bet you can't guess how this is going to go when it's all said and done. So here he is at Walmart. Yeah. Woo, I'm showing them. Little 3 foot nothing. Little man, doughy bitch.
Bruh.
Fuck your woke beer! But he's throwing like the wrong fucking beer, dude. Bush. He's throwing Bush instead of Bud Light. He doesn't even know what he's upset about.
Why destroy the Bush Light, dude? Why?
So here he is getting arrested. Yeah. Bad life decisions.
Woo! Good job.
So why? Why did he do this? Because he's desperate to prove that he's not a pedo. He's desperate to prove, unlike the woke beer, unlike the trans people, he's not a kitty diddler only. Yeah, he a pedophile, yo. Topeka man brought down in Walmart after allegedly exposing himself to teen. Shocker. Every accusation is a confession, folks. It's all projection. They're all trying so hard to prove they're not pedophiles because they're pedophiles. It's very obvious what the fuck is going on. Yeah, I know he got arrested for exposing himself to a teen. I'm covering that right now. Unsurprising. Nobody's shocked. And Christian hate preacher Tommy McMurdy thrilled that the Bud Light boycott is going so well. A spoiler, it's not going well at all, actually, which I'm going to show you. But anyway, let's let him embarrass himself, and then I'll call him out for it.
It's 2023, and this tranny stuff is everywhere. And it's
because of you guys.
absolutely revolting.
Right. Almost nobody would be talking about it if you guys weren't constantly spreading moral panic about it.
And let me just say this to make me feel good. I've always hated the Bud Light company.
Always, right.
But you know what? It's felt pretty good this week watching them lose billions of dollars.
Yeah! Felt so good watching them lose billions and billions of dollars. Fucking Bud Light. We brought them to their knees. Let's check in on the stock and see how many billions they've lost. Okay. All right. Technically, they were up today a little bit. All right. But not much. 0.18% today. But let's check out the last 5 days to see how much they've lost, because he just said it. They've lost billions. I can't wait to see these numbers, how they must have cratered. Oh, they went up 1% this week. Okay. All right. Well, that's not a good judge of how much they've lost, folks. What we got to do is check for the month, because this has been a controversy for a whole month. I bet they've lost a shit ton this month. Oh, they're up 6% this month. Oh, okay. I bet 6 months. I bet like people just knew this controversy was coming, and so they started boycotting like 6 months, because conservatives are psychic. They knew it was going to happen. Let's check 6 months, and they're up 39% in the last 6 months. So they've made billions of dollars. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's what's happened. Of course. Anyway, let's continue with this stupid bullshit.
I hope they die financially.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
You should pray about it.
They do. I hope. I can't imagine a straight man drinking Bud Light right now. I mean, you name. There is not a drink out there. You all know how much I like Ghost. They put a tranny on their can. I'll be cured. Done. I don't care. Dr. Pepper, whatever. If Dr. Pepper turns out this whole time was a woman, I always thought it was a guy, I'll quit drinking it.
What? Now it's not even about trans people? Now it's just women in general? Hey, if some company is nice to women, I'll hate them too. It's just like you hate everybody, regardless.
I just, right there. So, I'm fed up with all this nonsense. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Right? So ridiculous.
We must be godly.
So godly. Hating on women and trans people. Nothing more Christ-like than that, you fucking snowflake baby losers. And all right, that is. What was that section? Oh, that's my woke panic section. Hell yeah, good woke panic section this week, I might add. What you guys gotta say? LOL, beer is just beer. True. Although some of it's more disgusting. The dark L's are nasty as shit. Bud Light is actually the least disgusting because it tastes more like water. It's all watered down, but it's all bad. It's all not amazing. Always hate the Bud Light Company. What a thing to be upset about. I know Walmart, most sane man in Topeka. Topeka's okay. I used to live in Wichita. It's not that bad. Is this comedy? Why are they bringing up these stupid topics? There are more important things going on right now. There are literally nothing more important to them to talk about. They have nothing. This is all they got. Gonna destroy the Conservative Party forever, folks. And man, already almost 90 minutes in the show and haven't even hit halftime yet, folks. Good God, I'm gonna save some of the show for a Monday. But not yet! Let's do the Beyond Parody. Beyond Parody! And starting us off tonight on Beyond Parody, the NRA. Incredibly diverse, y'all. I know you're probably thinking, it's not. There's no way the NRA is diverse. I can prove it. Republican governor specifically claiming it is very diverse there. I hope the camera doesn't pan around.
The media would have us believe that the NRA is only made up of old white guys, but there's a lot of other people.
A lot.
A lot of diversity within the NRA.
Let's look at all the diversity and okay. Old white guy, old white guy, old white guy. Sort of old white woman. So diversity maybe? Is there any black? No black folks. None. No Asians. No Latin. Nothing. Just white folks as far as the eye can see. Mostly old men. Yep, super diverse. Who you gonna believe? Her or your own eyes? Psh. And they don't be on purity. Truly are a cult of stupids. Once again, proving how they're putting vaccines in the meat, folks, because it's just logic that if there were vaccines in the meat would become magnetized, right? Aren't vaccines magnets? Sure, okay. And we can prove it. Let's go put magnets on the meat and see if they stick.
I am at Walmart, and I'm going to do the magnet test.
Oh my God! She put a flat surface on a sticky saran wrap and it stuck to the sticky surface. Proof! Vaccines in the meat.
Wow.
And I'm just amazed by how expensive meat is. Holy God! How can anybody afford to eat meat these days? And yeah, even Twitter notes are calling them out. The magnet is sticking to the wet outer surface of the packaging. Not the meat. Yeah, no shit. Cuckoo. And speaking of Beyond Parody, folks, you can't get any more Beyond Parody than this. The transphobes are not okay. This is not fake, folks. This is not even a joke. This is a serious person. Mareed El-Radi, investigative journalist for the Daily Wire.
That is Benny Shapiro's rag.
Heard on Morning Wire, Catholic and married. New Yorker retweets maybe sarcastic Beatles meds, but this is not been sarcastic. She says. Jeffrey Marsh. No, wait a minute. This is not her. It's Bethany S. Mandel. Even worse. Homeschooling mom. Of course she is. Co-author of best-selling book, Stolen Youth. Oh, this is that chick that wrote a whole book about wokeness and then got on the air and couldn't define what the word woke meant. Got embarrassed. So her whole grift now is just shitting on trans people, and this is the links they're going to. So she watched this video.
Girlhood becomes strong.
Of Dylan Mulvaney wearing a turtleneck, to which she says two grown men pretending to be scantily clad little girls set off no alarm bells for folks. You can literally be wearing a turtleneck, and if you're a trans person, they will claim you are scantily clad. Once again, who are you going to believe? Her or your own eyes, folks? Clearly, look at all this scantily cladness. She basically naked, y'all, with her turtleneck and her jumper on. I mean, good God. Just fucking beyond parody. Holy shit, these people. And you can't have beyond parody without Kermit the Fraud, Jordan Peterson, who apparently is having arguments with ChatGPT. I guess he thinks it's like self-aware, cognizant, or something. Jordan Peterson says ChatGPT occasionally lies. Yeah, it's a program created by humans. I'm sure it has errors in it there, Jordan. Truly, it fabricated a reference entirely when I was looking up Penrose and Hammeroff. When I called it on it, it apologized but refused to explain itself. Although it said it would not do so anymore in the future after I told it not to. What the fuck? Here's the false reference. Yeah. Why is this program I'm talking to not behaving like a human being that's 100% honest in every way? I'm confused, says Buckaroo Benzo. Might want to lay off the goofballs, Jordan. And then, at least, folks, in this hellscape in which we live, we have the heroes at the Good Liars. Apparently, they've been out at the NRA convention, giving all the boomers the business out there. Let's see if they can get a bunch of gun nuts to sign their petition for thoughts and prayers.
We're here at the NRA convention in Indianapolis, gathering thoughts and prayers to stop gun violence. It hasn't worked before, but maybe there just aren't enough people thinking and praying. You guys leaving the NRA convention?
Can we do a thought and prayer to end gun violence real quick? Just be one moment. Oh my goodness.
My prayers go out, but I think, people need more guns.
Pray with us?
Yeah.
Great.
We pray to God that gun violence just stop.
And make everybody super duper safe. This is the only way we can think of to end it. Gun violence is the leading cause of death for children in America.
That's not true. You know that, right?
Yeah, it is true.
It is true.
It is true. But can I get a quick thought? I got the prayer.
It's not a true fact what you said. So
Okay. All right, so no thinking, just the pray?
You did one or two thoughts? Okay, so one thought. So we have 9 thoughts, 10 prayers.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And then
prayer.
can we think about it for just a second? Just think, let's end gun violence for a second. Okay, ready? All right, great, that should do it. Thank you so much.
Love it, Good Liars. They should have got more thoughts and less prayers, in my opinion. And this is kind of off the side topic. Oops, you're not supposed to see this. You didn't see this. Ignore everything you just saw here. Nothing happened. Anyway, so the other day I was watching Succession, which is a show about rich assholes. Everybody's like, "What Succession, Dusty? It's good." I don't know. It's okay. I don't ever like that much. But I was watching episode 7 of season 1 on the HBO, which I legally purchased. And just minding my own business watching this thing, and I couldn't help but notice something at the beginning of episode 7. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for playing this. So here the rich guy comes up and gets out of his car, and then all of a sudden, Who that?
Step off.
No, it's really
Security.
cool stuff that you
Security.
do.
Look it over
Really
here.
cool
Security.
stuff that you do. That's piss there. That's my fucking piss. You fucking monopolist scum.
You getting your eye?
That's the guy from the Good Liars. It's the guy from the Good Liars. I recognize that dude. It's totally the guy from the Good Liars. He's yelling at the rich guy. So cool. Didn't know he was on that show. And then more Good Liars. Can't get enough of the Good Liars, to be honest with you. We talked to this guy at the NRA convention who doesn't see any connection between guns and gun violence.
People point out there are 120.5 guns per 100 people in the United States. Why isn't it the safest country on earth?
I believe because the school systems are destroyed in this country now.
Totally.
And the behavior habits in this country has changed radically in my lifetime.
Okay, but the number of guns doesn't have to do with the incidence of gun violence.
I don't believe so at all. I don't believe it.
It just happens to be that the country with the most guns has the most gun violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People point.
It's just a coincidence, folks. Total coincidence. More guns makes us more safe. So we have the most guns in the world. We should be the most safe, and we're not. We have the highest incidence of gun violence. But say it's because of the schools or something. Don't think about it. That's the most important thing. Don't think. And more Good Liars. This time, they're asking these guys at the NRA if they would be in favor of gun control if they knew for a fact it would save children's lives. Would they be in favor of it? Their answers won't surprise you.
Biden can say we can't have bazookas or something, but I don't know that you couldn't.
Bazooka though? Should everyday Americans have a bazooka?
Founding fathers would have liked to have bazookas.
The founding fathers also owned slaves and didn't let women vote, right?
Well,
times have changed.
Times have changed.
Yeah, times have changed. So should there
Nice
be
tits.
an amendment on the Second Amendment because times are changing? There's so many.
I doubt that's ever going to happen.
Would you be in favor of it though?
No.
If it saved children's lives?
No.
Even if it saved children's lives?
Because that's not going to be the answer.
But if it did, statistically save children's lives, should we have more gun control?
No.
No. Fuck them children. If they wanted to live, they should have got guns. Just saying. And one more from the Good Liars. Still over there at the NRA convention, this time talking to a guy who blamed mass shootings on woke people, because of course he did.
The wokeism in the United States with these people that are going around saying if a kid says they're a dog or cat in school, that's good.
You think that'll stop mass shootings?
I think it's a start in a way. All that stuff.
Has that happened? People said they're dogs and cats in schools?
Oh yeah, in Illinois. Oh yeah, that's going on. They put litter boxes out for them in the schools.
I think that's not true, actually. Those are not true.
I think it is true, and I think if you did your reporting, you would find out it's true. Honestly, you just look it up. Look up furries in Highland, Illinois.
Okay.
See what you come up with.
You look up furries, Highland, Illinois?
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I see here for Highland, Illinois is lockdown lifted at Highland Park High School. 5 students in custody. It looks like there were reports of a gun in the school.
Yeah, they always are calling in false reports.
Oh, here's another one about the cats. A school district has been hit with rumors saying that students who identify as cats are allowed to use litter boxes in the restroom. This is what you were talking about. The superintendent said it got so bad she had to send letters to students and parents on Monday. The rumor that our schools have litter boxes in the restrooms to accommodate individuals who are self-identifying as animals, this is simply and emphatically not true.
According to them, but I'm telling you, I hear from other people that go to the schools and stuff.
Yeah, I heard about people that go to schools and stuff. Yeah, according to them, he fact-checked in your face, motherfucker. It's exactly what you asked him to do, and then it didn't faze you at all because you don't actually give a shit. So embarrassing, but that is a modern conservatism for you. It ain't based on nothing. And all right, we're going to do the heroes either on the after party or we're going to do it on Monday's show. We got to get a move on. We're almost fucking at 2 hours on the show. Haven't even hit halftime yet, folks. Good God. This is what happens when I skip a fucking week, skip a show. Gets out of control. And all right, let's do halftime. Folks, could you think about possibly becoming a patron I don't know, like you get like exclusive content and stuff. I'm going to do a show tonight with a lot of extra content, and there's like 20 shows that are exclusively available for patrons only. I've lost like $500 on my Patreon over the last couple of months. So if you guys can help me out, I would very much appreciate it. Patreon.com/podcast, the link in the description of this video. Whatever you can afford, if you can chip in to help me keep the lights on, I would very much appreciate it. And all right, let's check out the Super Chats. What's up, Super Chatters? I see some generosity tonight. I really appreciate it. The Red Tower 666, as a teacher, I think the GOP hates teachers because most of us are showing the younger generation why being empathetic is a better way to live. Yeah, they hate education, right? They want you to be as dumb as possible because that's the only way they can brainwash you. If you know what the truth is, then the lies they tell you are easily laid bare. And if you teach kids logic and reason, then they can just reason for themselves that you're bullshitting them, right? Welcome to the Dust Buddies, Jason Ashby. Appreciate you, Clay Sapp. I'm sure I owe you more than $10. Thank you for the years of public service. Hey, I do what I can. Thank you, Clay. Astronaut, $22. Awesome. I just had to put my 16-year-old border collie last Sunday. Oh, put down. I'm sorry to hear that. That's sad. That's like losing a child. Border Collie is supposed to be the smartest dog breed. Her name was Daisy, and she was a huge part of my life. Take my money and love your animals, Dusty. I'm glad to have you and the Dust Buddies. Hey, we're all in this together. I hope you feel better. I definitely know that pain, and I hope you do feel better. Norb's Adventures, $55 Canadian. Very generous, Norbs. I appreciate you. Hey, Dusty, great show and fabulous AI tips. Keep going. Hell yeah, I will do so. Thank you for your support, Norbs. You're amazing. Alexander Tegan Fox Crawford, $10. This trans man need his Dusty fix. Shut up and take my money. I will. I'll take all your money, you sexy motherfucker. And Rod Clark, what up, Rod? My buddy Rod is awesome. Got to hook back up and play some Demio, Rod. That's a good game. I missed that game. I missed playing with you. Get to 5 Dusty memberships. Thank you for your socialism. You rockin'. E, what up, E? E's back. Hell yeah, we missed E. E's out there traveling the world, having adventures and shit. Good to have you back, brother. April S, $50. Hey, if it's not the sexiest woman to ever grace us with her beauty, it's April S. It's my birthday today. Hey, happy birthday, April. I'm sure you're killing it. I demand you sing happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, April S. You are sexy as fuck. Love you, April. And speaking of love, E! Greatest human ever. Except for me, of course. Dead Pirate Tattoo, also known as E. The universe has me home for a second, and I get to watch the greatest show, Dusty Love. Hell yeah! Love back to you, E. We've missed you, buddy. Can't wait till you're back more full time. And like I told you in text, hurry up and get your eyes fixed so we can play some VR together, dude. It's going to be fun as fuck. Bob Hawk, happy 11th birthday to Michaela. Hell yeah. What's up, Michaela? The greatest daughter a man can have besides your sisters. Just kidding. You cool. Stop growing so damn much already. Love, Dad. I know, right? Like weeds. Your daddy loves you, Michaela. And E with the socialism. Hell yeah. 20 Cult of Dusty memberships for some of you lucky motherfuckers out there. I better see you guys at the after party tonight. There's a link to the after party in the community section for your Dust Buddies. So be sure to join us tonight. The one bond, $20. I'm a patron, but here's extra for being awesome. Had no power from 6 p.m. last night to 8 a.m. today. Texas sucks. I know, right? You should move to Mississippi. I got PTSD flashbacks from the big freeze in 21. At least it was a decent temperature while it happened this time. Hell yeah, my electricity went down the other day for like 2 hours, and I feel like I was disconnected from God. It's like, what am I going to do? Like, I got on my cell phone and I got on the internet to make sure that the singularity didn't happen and AI is not attacking our infrastructure and going to murder us all, because that's going to happen any day now. So luckily not yet. Appreciate you, the bun. And April S, more socialism from the greatest human on the show, April S. Love you. And Dionysus, or Dianoldo R's, hard to pronounce, but an amazing person, $20 from you. Socialist here, redistributing some wealth. Hey, I can definitely use it. I appreciate you. A D1 non-lied R's Is that even close? VentureVan999, hey Dusty, sorry to miss the show tonight. Hey, no forgiveness. But I'm saving it for my road trip tomorrow. Okay, you gave me $10, so I forgive you. Have a good trip, man. Drive careful. Urban Mice, $5, born in 1939. I'm sure if we look through some history books, we'll find a photo of Ralph spitting in a black person's face. I know, right? Speaking of that, you know what I got? You know what I just did? Ancestry.com. I spit in a tube and I just mailed it off today. Like, I don't have any idea what my ancestry's like. I don't know, like, anything where my people come from. I don't even know, like, my grandfather on my dad's side. Never met him. My grandmother, don't know any of them. Don't know what nationality I am. Nothing. So, gotta be fun to reveal it all to you guys in a couple weeks when that comes in. I'll let you guys know how it turned out. PH1989, thanks for saving the day, Dusty. Hey, that's what I do. Thank you for your generosity, PH. Bob Karate, $5. I promoted your show on at CyberDemon531 channel and have to promote her news and doom stream here. I promise. Hell yeah. What up, CyberDemon531? Bob got you back. And more awesomeness from E for the hard-working mods. Hell yeah. Even though I'm keeping the money still. Shout out to the mods. Thank you for getting rid of all the spammers. And as always, thank you for E. Been so amazing to me and generous to me. Love you, E. Appreciate you. Lizzie Bell, my fiance, and I were fortunate enough to meet Janae Kroc during a meet. She is a fabulous person to talk to with loads of insight on lifting, and she jacked as fuck. I am jealous. Cubert Lover, $5. Dusty, here's $5. Buy yourself a meal, and also for us fighting the trolls together. I will. Gotta buy myself something pretty in your honor, Cubert. A boogie person, $2. I was a Weird Thoughts, new name. Hell yeah, welcome back, Weird Thoughts. Lee Druss, $10. Bud Light has always been a gay beer. I was Mr. Bud Light 2005 after I won a competition where I wore tight jeans and a cowboy hat in a gay bar, and they gave me a trophy. How is this now an issue? Because trans panic and gay panic is all they have now. They think this is a winning issue. I don't think it is. I'm hoping they're wrong about it. We'll see. I'm hoping they are destroyed by it. But yeah, nothing new at all. They're just dumb as shit. And welcome to Dust Buddies, a boogie person. You guys can also become Dust Buddies. It's $2.99 a month and get customized emojis from the chat with. There's a button. You'll figure it out. It's pretty cool. Seth LeBron becoming Dust Buddy. Hell yeah. Do a 3-hour tonight before Patreon. Probably. I'm already almost 2 hours in and we're just at halftime. So probably going to be nearing at least 3 hours tonight on the main show. Dusty, I like your AI lyric song video. Hell yeah. If you guys hadn't seen that, go check that out, where I sang the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. I sang that, and we had AI sing it like Michael Jackson and everything. It was pretty cool. $3 from one Oxenolden. Hard to pronounce, but appreciate you. And keep on rocking, brother, says, how gonna fool? I will do that. Thank you for your generosity, and thank you everybody who donated so far, and still plenty of time to immortalize yourself in the greatest show forever and ever on the super chats, because I'm going to read all the rest of them at the end of the show. So get them in while you can. But now we got to get rolling. It's time for some Chud Watch. Boom. And then we make fun of them. Meanwhile, over in Arkansas, they're tackling the real problems. Their new governor, Sarah Huckabee, apparently has just signed a new bill requiring social media companies to obtain a photo ID of every new user to prevent teens from lying on the internet more. Yeah, it's going to be super easy to enforce, isn't it? No, it's not. So apparently, also I read the article, they wrote loopholes in this law that basically exempt everybody except for TikTok. So this is specifically designed to shut TikTok down because they are terrified of TikTok. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to what's going on at TikTok, but apparently the young people are not using Google and search engines as much as they used to. In fact, when they want to know something, they basically just search TikTok to watch a video about it. Even more than they're using Google now. And TikTok has become a very important tool in introducing young people to political ideas and getting progressive ideas and convincing young people to vote out there, which is why the right is terrified of it, wants to ban it and shut it down wherever they can, which is what this is all about. Definitely tackling the important stuff over there. And speaking of which, Republican state officials in Louisiana asked lawmakers to ban the study of racism at universities, citing devices, inglorious aspects of U.S. history. Super cool. We never did anything racist in this country, have we? I can't think of anything that happened in this country against black folks. Can y'all? Literally no history of racism whatsoever. So why are they trying to teach it? Obviously, they're doing it because they're hateful towards white folks. It's reverse racism that they're trying to teach basic history in schools. Can't have that. So yeah, let's just outlaw history now. Why not? Super cool. Not authoritarian at all. You guys are never going to get voted into office again, man. You're losing the youth vote, destroying your own party. Another example, apparently over in Iowa, Senate okays child labor and pre-dawn vote. This is happening all over the country. All these state senates are legalizing child labor now. Why are they doing this? Well, they're doing it because grown folks are demanding living wages now. We kind of have a worker shortage because there's all these jobs now and they can't fill them with people who are willing to work for slave wages. So they have an ingenious plan. They're just going to replace all of you with your children. Yeah, 14, 15-year-olds who are willing to work for next to nothing. Gonna replace all you motherfuckers, so keep voting for them. Keep voting for them, dipshits. While they scare you about Mexicans and foreign people coming over here and stealing your jobs, they're giving your jobs to your little kids. Amazing. Can't write this shit. Meanwhile, in North Carolina, they've introduced a bill to ban participation trophies, folks. This is not a serious party. These are not serious people. Out of all the problems they have in their state, this is what they're wasting their time on. Banning participation trophies. Who gives a fuck? Just die already. Like, I don't know. I can't say that. I'm sorry. I can't say that. I definitely don't want everybody who voted for these people to die brutally. I definitely don't want that to happen. You definitely don't deserve to die in misery and agony. I don't believe that at all. And then, oh yeah. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, somebody needs to check this guy's browser history or his basement, because I'm just saying there's some fuckery about. Let's have a listen.
Sin is real.
It is not.
Sin.
But if sin was real, that jacket would qualify.
S-I-N is real.
Thank you for spelling it.
Sin is evil.
It's
Sin
not real,
can exist in any institution.
No, it can't.
And we need to work hard as the Minnesota Senate to protect our young,
from you?
Vulnerable children's minds
from
against
religion?
These terrible, wicked, evil practices.
Preachers? Youth pastors?
And unfortunately, because all humans are subjected to potentially being corrupted by sin, we need to examine all institutions to prohibit such funds. There are practices out there that seek to groom and corrupt the minds of young children.
Yeah, religion.
To
You're
engage
right.
in sexual perversion.
Exactly. Catholic Church. I'm with you.
And those wicked people manifest themselves in many different areas of our society. One
like
of those
politicians
areas
in creepy, weird yellow jackets, right?
that they have manifested themselves is in the areas of the arts. And I want to make sure that taxpayer dollars do not fall into the hands of these wicked, vile people that push sexual perversion, gender confusion.
Oh, it's the trans people, I should know.
Come to our capital and in displays of abomination parade themselves around the rotunda. And I do not want pictures, plays, theater, sculptures, or any other type of art to be used to channel the occult.
Oh my God.
To promote the occult or any.
Were there some books written about this? Like what, Fahrenheit 450 or whatever the fuck that book's name? All kinds of movies about religious fundamentalists banning art and shit. How did that ever go? Badly. I've read them.
Any of its variations, Satanism, and the wicked, evil practice of grooming young children, such as pedophilia.
Yeah, might want to look in the mirror, dude. You are definitely dealing kids. According to God, I'm not saying it. God, who I'm channeling right now, says that this guy fucking y'all kids. So, might want to look into it. Don't be surprised if he gets busted any day now. And speaking of how this party is not serious, Vivek Ramaswamy, I'm going to call him Smarmy. Vivek Smarmy is running for president. Definitely going to win, I'm pretty sure. Also, I'm convinced this is not a real person. This is an Aziz Ansari character or something. It's wild. So anyway, apparently he is claiming that TikTok is digital fentanyl. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. Our national debt is essentially financial fentanyl. Everything's fentanyl, folks. It's all fentanyl. Anyway, he's going to explain it to us. They're super terrified of TikTok these days.
So this is the Chinese model, to use the Trojan horse, right? Greece would have never defeated Troy militarily, so they used the gift of the Trojan horse instead. That's effectively what China is doing through products like TikTok. They addict the American population and then use that to collect data and gain a geopolitical advantage. Unfortunately, the Democratic Party is also addicted to TikTok because it helps them win elections. China understands that. That's why they exploit it.
Yep, it does help Democrats win elections when you have young people making videos that bring political awareness to other young people and encourage them to vote. And that's why you guys want to shut it down. That's the only way you can win. Suppress the vote. We see right the fuck through you. And they just admitted it too, folks. The entire Republican Party strategy to win is preventing people from voting. I've told you guys this over and over again. Exclusive. A top Republican legal strategist told a room full of GOP donors over the weekend that conservatives must band together to limit voting on college campuses, same-day voter registration, and automatic mailing of ballots to registered voters. Yep. They're outright saying that if we don't disenfranchise young people, if you don't suppress their vote, we'll never win again. Top Republican legal strategist just gave a presentation at the GOP donor retreat urging them to limit voting on college campuses, same-day voter registration, and mail-in ballots in order for Republicans to have a chance to win in 2024. They're not even trying to hide it, folks. They hate democracy. They want to make sure that only their side can vote, and that's the only way they can win. Rule us by minority, like they've always done. And more hijinks and clownery from the conservatives this week. This time it's Jim Jordan. They're trying to make it look like they're so serious now that they have subpoena power in the House. Remember, the Democrats used their power to investigate the January 6th insurrection. Well, Republicans, they got to pretend like, hey, we're just as serious. So I guess they went over to Manhattan and tried to hold hearings on how violent New York City is. And the circus came to town, so obviously the clowns came out. What you're about to see here is a crazy person who is a Trump MAGA conservative screaming about Alvin Bragg, who is the DA who indicted Donald Trump.
To all the videos with their face with no attention to
Donald J. Trump
about their families dying. You guys are scumbags. All of you, everyone of you, freedom. Thank you for being here today.
The audience has to be in order. Capital, please.
You guys will let it go. Alvin Bragg is the reason, and please tell them who won this election. This wouldn't be here. You wouldn't need to be in New York City. This is all because of Alvin Bragg.
Can we have order? We are working on this, Mr. Ships, gentlemen. Capitol, please remove the gentleman from the audience. No, you gotta go. You gotta go. I'm sorry.
Yep, shit show. Embarrassment. That's all you guys fucking do. And starting to think Republicans might not be very good people. Hey, if you don't believe me, let's just listen to them ourselves.
There's nothing worse than like conservatives that are fake conservatives, and you know they're fake conservatives. But a good test for me is I start using words that really push the envelope. Like, you know, I'll say things, I'll throw the word faggot around, you know, things of that nature, and see how they react. If it's a rhino you're dealing with, they'll usually like wince almost. If it's a not rhino, he or she will laugh and be like, and you know, it'll add to the humor, you know, it'll add to the entertainment quality of the joke. That's a good test right there.
Yeah, it's easy to tell who's a real conservative and who's a fake. If they're a decent person, they're clearly fake. So, she's right. I mean, she's got a point there, to be honest with you. I actually kind of agree. And then, unhinged bigot Josh Bigot, nicknamed Freedom, gave an insane rant today. And here's the new thing. See, as I pointed out to you guys many times before, their entire mentality is wanting to upset people. That's all they really care about. They're not about anything. They're miserable themselves. And so they get joy out of making other people miserable. And the more miserable they think they're making you, the happier they are. So here he is going to go talk about how awesome Russia is, how awesome Putin is. And this guy don't give a shit in any way about Russia or Putin. He's just saying this because he thinks it's hurting somebody. Even though it's not hurting anybody, we're just making fun of you. You're literally, honestly, you're just making me money because it's easy to make fun of you when you do shit like this. But let's watch how petty and shit-tastic this motherfucker is.
I'm very proud of myself.
I'm sure you are.
I know that that's my duty in life is to fight Satan.
Delusions of grandeur, folks. He's so special that God has chosen this motherfucker to fight Satan on God's behalf. Megalomania. But like, it really stems from low self-esteem. This guy knows that he's a piece of shit. He knows that he's a loser. I mean, look at this fucking guy. Just pathetic. So he has to build himself up and pretend like he's some amazing God warrior chosen by the all-powerful creator of the universe. It's just sad.
It's what I've been put on this earth for. Just to fight the serpent. I'm a lizard slayer, is what I like to call it. And you know what? I stand by Russia. I love Russia. I do. I love what they stand for.
Sure.
And if you don't like it, fuck you. Go fight in Ukraine.
Wait a minute. Are you fighting in Russia? What the fuck? You ain't doing shit, dude. You're making videos. You ain't fighting in Russia. Why, if I don't like it, I gotta fight in Ukraine? How does that make any sense?
I love Russia. I love Russians. How's that sound?
That sounds fine.
Like that?
Who gives a shit?
Feelings?
No.
What about Russia? I love that fucking idea, Russia.
Cool.
You ever took a good look at that flag they got flying behind Putin? It's a dude on a horse stabbing a fucking serpent.
Okay.
Seems like my kind of people.
All right, cool.
I'm not down with that rainbow flag where you're trying to cut off kids' dicks and force kids to have sex at young ages and think it's okay.
Literally, nobody's doing that. You're making that up. But, I mean, Putin is a well-known pedophile, and he is sending tens of thousands of innocent young men to be murdered for no fucking reason. So, I mean, that's sort of bad, I would think, instead of the stupid lying shit you're making up. But anyway, I know the point is not to tell the truth. It's to try to upset people because you're garbage. Please continue.
My grandfather was born in Russia. That makes me a quarter Russian. I used to call myself Canadian, but I'm not proud anymore. So I'm just a soldier of God. I don't actually have a placement on this planet except for fighting for God and against Satan. So I'll no longer be flying off a Canadian flag. My flag is my last name. It's bigger, which has Scottish roots. So you're looking at a Scottish, Russian individual right now.
Cool.
Although Scotland's been ruined as well. We need more William Wallaces out there. We need more Putins out there.
Definitely.
Everyone's afraid of what people think of them. Fuck what other people think.
Yeah.
You're actually afraid what people think.
This dude definitely doesn't care what anybody thinks of him. He's not incredibly pathetic in any way and desperate for attention.
When they say some mean tweets to you, it can hurt your feelings. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on. Nothing's ever bothered me. I'm so above it all. God damn it, you're cringe as fuck. And I'm gonna skip this one. I gotta skip a few of these, folks. We're already into overtime. Who loves overtime? All of you motherfuckers love overtime, so reward me for overtime. I'm gonna have to skip everything, folks. I'm gonna have to save a lot of this for a Monday show because I gotta do the after party. But I'm gonna get through the Chud Watch, which is huge. So we still got like another 45 minutes of show probably. So let's skip over that. Well, basically, this one was about how Trump's former lawyer. I'll just do it. Fuck it. Jenna Ellis is mad because members of MAGA, her fellow conservatives, are being sexist towards her. And she's suddenly realizing that she sided with a bunch of misogynistic dickheads. She says Alex Brunswitz and Brandon Dilley's meme lord team has now escalated since comparing me to a porn star and posted a video showing cartoon versions of me in sexual positions with Ron DeSantis. Twitter removed as sexual harassment and posted a new meme comparing me to Rachel Levine, with his head over a corpulent body in a bikini and labeled Jebba. I think you mean she. You're misgendering and you're expecting other people to be kind towards you? Donald J. Trump Jr., Eric Trump, are these the kind of people and messages you want associated and representing the Trump family? Yes! This is what it's always been about. What do you think we've been complaining about the entire fucking time? What have we been telling you since the beginning? These horrendous pieces of shit. Yeah, that's what we've been saying, Jenna. Welcome to reality. Where the fuck you been? And speaking of Donald Trump, so many stories like this, folks. This is just one of many. Here is a woman explaining her personal experience on why she and her family hate Donald Trump.
You want to know what Trump did to me? When I was little, my dad owned an electrician shop in Manhattan. And somehow ran into Trump one day, and Trump found out that he had that electrician shop, and he asked him to put in a bid for the electrical on a huge building that they were either doing or renovating. So my dad didn't really have the resources to do a building so big. He was a very small business. Trump told him, don't worry about it. You know, you do great work. You know, get a loan, put up your house, put up your business, and you'll have enough money to do it. And then when you're done and you get paid and I pay you, you're going to be better off than you've ever been. And so my dad went and got a loan, and he put up his house and his business, did the job, passed inspection, and was the only one that passed the inspection the first time, every time. And once he billed Trump for the money Trump said that he was going to give him, never heard from Trump again. My dad tried over a course of 5 years to get his money back, and Trump ended up trying to sue him for harassment. And that ruined my family because we ended up homeless. My mom ended up being a drug addict. She had to go into rehab. My dad could never catch his footing again. Us kids were just on our own by the time we were teenagers. And Trump never cared. He never cared. So, yeah, that's what Trump did to me.
And this experience has been echoed by so many different people. This is how he got his money, folks, by screwing people over. But conservatives don't actually give a fuck. I'm going to skip that one, too. And more proof it's a cult, folks. He just outright told his cult members, hey, if somebody says something that I don't like, don't listen to them. Don't listen to anybody who would talk negative about me. Just turn it off immediately. That's an order from your cult leader.
You see Rhino's Karl Rove, Bill Barr, or Paul Ryan on your television screen, just turn to a different station or turn it off. Turn off that set as fast as you can. You're frankly better off watching Democrats. They are the worst.
That's right. All the people I've hired are the worst. I only hire the worst people, so definitely make me president again. And then, of course, it was reported that he made $160 million from China when he was president. Well, from international dealings, but a lot of it was from China and stuff. His tax return showed a Chinese bank account he claimed to have closed in 2015 still had over $7.5 million in income from China in it. So, yeah, where you at, conservatives? All of you fear-mongering over China, Trump directly in bed with him. Do you care at all? No, you don't? Not even a little bit? Yeah, that's what I thought. You ain't about shit. And then round 2 of Trump NFTs have been released, folks. And God damn it, how are conservatives not so embarrassed to be conservatives they are afraid to show their face? Like, it's beyond self-parody at this point. Here's the NFTs he's putting out. Him all hip and young. Super cool. Definitely not embarrassing. Here's him as a rock star. $140. Playing a guitar. Super amazing. No cringe to be found here. Here he is dressed as a cowboy. Somebody paid $100 for this. Thin-ass Trump. Just incredible. Here's one. He's, I guess, a world champion because, you know, he's a peak physical specimen. He can win a boxing or a wrestling match. Definitely. Look at this fine quality artwork. Top notch. Yeah, here's what you think the QAnon people would have a problem with. Imagine if Joe Biden put this picture out where he's holding the world in his hand and he's some kind of king with a Star of David around his neck, holding an American flag. TTT. Just saying. Pretty creepy if you were into conspiracy theories at all. And here's the crazy part, folks. They made a commercial for his new NFTs, and I'm almost certain that they used like AI to create this, that he didn't actually make this, that they used AI to synthesize his voice, sort of like I did in the beginning. Let's listen in. You guys think this is real?
Hello again. This is your favorite president, Donald Trump, with some news you are going to really love. A few months ago, we almost broke the internet when I announced my Trump digital trading cards. These beautiful Trump cards made headlines all over the world because of the speed at which they sold. Original cards sold out so fast, everybody is asking me to do another series. Well, I've got some fantastic news for you. My Trump digital trading cards are back with a bang. Series 2, the new collection, features incredible artwork of me as a rock star and also as a monster trucker. People love to collect baseball cards, but why settle for that when you can collect the greatest trading card in history, my Trump digital trading cards? We didn't raise the price despite the incredible fast sellout last time. It's so easy to buy. Just need an email address and your credit card or crypto. If you want to own a piece of history, go to collecttrumpcards.com.
It's hard to believe that this is the opposition party. It is just so embarrassing and unserious. How is this fucking real, yo? Here's another one. Him on a motorcycle. Yeah, totally cool. Him as some kind of badass crossbow hunter. Him as the king of hearts. Super cool. Love y'all. Here, Rockstar Trump. Totally. Here he is barbecuing. Trump hates dogs. So that's a lie. Here he is, a fire lion on the earth. Super cool. Oh, he's crossing the Delaware as George Washington. Amazing. Yeah, everything about this embarrassing, but that's conservatism, folks. Hit some wacky shit. And even Baked Alaska started to turn against him a little bit. Baked Alaska's like, I can't believe I went to prison for an NFT salesman. Yeah, you did, dipshit. Bad life decisions. He also said, Trump has done shit for the January 6th defendants rotting in jail. It's sad he's too busy selling Pokemon cards to care, but you know what's even sadder? Once he runs for president again, you'll be back on his nuts because that's your grift, because you have no integrities, you have no morals, you ain't about shit, and you'll be right back on Trump's nuts again once he runs, motherfucker. You know you will. Why you even playing, you soft, silly bitch? And then Tommy Lord even kind of turned against him. Baghdad Barbie, that's not Baghdad, it's Nazi Barbie. I'm a Trump supporter, but these NFTs are just too much. Really? This was your line? Like, none of the rest of it. Not the rapes, not the creepy incest with his daughter, not the lying about the fraudulent election, not the trying to overthrow the government, install himself as a dictator. None of that. It was the NFT cards that got you. Of course it was. Because once again, he ain't about shit. And it's crazy that Trump actually has the ability to tell the truth. But the only time he has that ability is when he's talking about other Republicans. Trump says, first, Ron DeSantis got outplayed, outsmarted, and embarrassed by Mickey Mouse and Disney. And now, while Fort Lauderdale is facing the worst flooding in 100 years, DeSantis is on tour with his shadow campaign for president. Instead of taking care of the people of Florida, a highly overrated governor, just look at the numbers. Yep. Can't believe I'm agreeing with Trump, but he'd tell him the truth for once. And speaking of DeSantis and Disney just putting it right in his face. Right in his face. Disney just like shoving their Mickey Mouse dick right in DeSantis' eye. Apparently for the first time ever, they've had a Pride Week. Disney keeps trolling DeSantis' first ever Pride event. Yeah, what you gonna do, Ronnie boy? Well, apparently what Ronnie boy is gonna do is he gonna build a prison next to Disneyland. You know, the guy who's real concerned about keeping children safe is going to create a prison next to the child's theme park, specifically to make it less safe for children. Super cool, conservatives. Don't believe me? Here he is to tell you himself.
Maybe have maybe create a state park. Maybe try to do more amusement parks. Someone even said, like, maybe you need another state prison. Who knows? I mean, I just think that the possibilities are endless. And so that is now.
Possibilities are endless. Let's punish a private corporation for not doing what we want them to do. Or as I like to call it, small government. And here he is. Saying the word woke 7 times in 20 seconds, folks. It's just beyond parody.
So because the woke represents a war on truth, we have no other recourse but to wage a war on woke. We fight the woke in the schools. We fight the woke in the legislature. We fight the woke in the corporations. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Florida is where woke goes to die. So because the woke...
Buzzword 2024! We don't have any ideas. We don't have any positions. We can't help you, but we will say the word woke 1,000,000 times. So vote for us, idiots. And they will. And apparently, he's had the bright idea to ban all drones in Florida that were made in China. As far as government use goes, unfortunately, they just bought $200 million worth of Chinese drones that are all way better than the other drones they're replacing them with. So they are, I guess, throwing out $200 million worth of drones they already bought in order to replace them with worse drones because it ain't his money. Fuck you, Floridians. I guess you guys have nothing better to spend your money on than buying the same shit again. And then did you guys hear about this one? The people that are real worried about transgender people grooming your kids, gay people grooming your kids, they're grooming your kids. So this is the guy who many credit as making Ron DeSantis who he is. This is one of his largest donors and one of his best friends. Prominent DeSantis ally shot himself dead last year, was under investigation for using sold-out Taylor Swift tickets to lure a teen to his office and show him her breasts. Now, there's speculation that there must have been other things, too, that he did. This initiated the investigation that probably was going to show this is not the only thing he did. This is not the only grooming he did, even though this is clearly grooming. Probably has an entire history of it. I doubt this is the first time he did it. He just happened to get caught the first time. Seems unlikely. But anyway, yeah, he drove himself to the post office and put a bullet in his own brain. Left a note. It was like, hey, I love you both. Too much to put you through this. You are better off without me. Go find your version of something and be okay. Be happy. Amazing. Here he is, this big old expensive goofy ass truck he murdered himself in. So yeah, once again, every accusation is confession. Almost every time we cover it, folks, these pedophiles, these groomers, conservatives, it's a reason they're so fucking loud against it. And where you at, Ron? Any quote, any comment about this in any way whatsoever? You gonna condemn your friend? Speak out again? You're not. Yeah, no fucking shit, you're not. And you know it's going bad when you've lost Cat Turd. The new thought leader on the right, one of the main conservative influencers in the world is Cat Turd. Of course he is. Apparently off the DeSantis bandwagon. Cat Turd says, as a Floridian, in 4 short months, I went from proudly campaigning so hard for and celebrating our governor's 20-point victory to no governor here at all. DeSantis has totally abandoned us to travel around the USA and run for higher office. Over the next year, will just be a place he visits every now and then when it doesn't conflict with his national run for president. I dare anyone to explain how I'm wrong. You're not, but this is very clear this is going to happen when you were campaigning for him and you didn't give a shit. So, hoisted by your own petard, who could possibly be responsible for this, Cat Turd? Might want to look in the Cat Turd mirror there a little bit. And I guess I'm going to skip that one. Skip that one. Fuck that one. I got to move on here. I can't believe I'm saying this, folks. But I actually agree with Lady G. Lindsey Graham's. Oh my, he actually telling the truth for once. Now, apparently, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been going out there and she been saying that, hey, people that release top secret documents from the government are actually heroes. I guess conservatives now think that we shouldn't have any laws against releasing top secret documents, which is weird since she's on the Homeland Security Committee. Seems bad. Anyway, Lindsey Graham calling her out. Let's have a listen.
What they're suggesting will destroy America's ability to defend itself. That it's okay to release classified information based on your political views. That the ends justify the means. It is not okay. If you're a member of the military intelligence community and you disagree with American policy and you think you're going to be okay when it comes to leaking classified information, you're going to go to jail. It's one of the most irresponsible statements you can make. The ability for America to gather intelligence from human resources on the ground has been compromised. We can't have a chaotic intelligence gathering system. If you give us information and it's disclosed, you can lose your life. The way we gather intelligence protects our country. There are military members serving today from Georgia and other places who are less safe because of what this airman did. There is no justification for this, and for any member of Congress to suggest it's okay to leak classified information because you agree with the cause is terribly irresponsible and puts America in serious danger.
So obviously he is a soy boy rhino. Can't be trusted. He getting the MTG treatment. She's releasing photoshopped pictures of him holding a Bud Light can with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney on it. Take that, Lady G. Getting slammed like everybody else is. And then she's doing the usual mudslinging, going on her podcast and declaring that despite all evidence to the contrary, somehow Democrats are a party of pedophiles.
Well, that is a fact. Democrats are a party they are a party of pedophiles. And we're seeing it increase over and over in America.
We aren't. Almost all the pedophiles arrested are either in the clergy, in the priesthood, pastors, or they're cops or Republican operatives. Very few are actually Democrats, but lies, damnable lies, which is odd since she's accusing Democrats of being pedophiles. She's embroiled in a new scandal this week between her and Scammy David shooter Ali Alexander and also booger-eating Nick Fuentes. They're having a three-way feud. So, I tried to cover this in the last show, and it's weird, y'all. I had all my links set out from the last show to talk about how Ali Alexander has been accused by multiple underage boys of soliciting sexual pictures, grooming them, basically. He's grooming them. That's exactly what he was doing. And they disappeared before my show, so I didn't get to cover them. So definitely some kind of conspiracy theory here, but gonna cover it this week. So first off, Ali Alexander been exposed as a groomer. I know we're all shocked about this, and he had to come out and publicly apologize. Here's the scoop on it. So he says, this is Ali Alexander's public statement. "This is too gay. While my audience is familiar with me battling same-sex attraction, we were? Others aren't as familiar. I apologize for any inappropriate messages sent over the years. Forgive me. While I have repented before God and confessed at church, I want my supporters and those involved to hear my apology today. When I have flirted, or others have flirted with me, I have flexed my credentials or dropped corny pickup lines. Other times, I've been careless and should have qualified those coming out to me's identities during flirtatious banter at the start. Nothing unlawful has occurred. Seeing false claims alongside real messages is a deceptive technique. Some have retracted and other individuals say were deceptively edited, which is why I guess he meant. I waited." Anyway, he's basically trying to claim that it's some truth mixed with lies. Some of it was deceptively edited, but it's not. Everybody has the receipts. He's been exposed. He's a fucking pedo. Let's take a look at some of the evidence, shall we? With Ali Alexander accused of propositioning underage male, Nick Fuentes, remember Nick Fuentes, booger Nick, who is the white supremacist leader of the America First movement, is being criticized for having done nothing to distance himself from Alexander. Now Fuentes claims the real victim in this entire saga is me. Yeah, these people going out accusing everybody else of being groomers. But when it comes down to it, they're actually covering for the groomers themselves. Is always the way. Nick says the next shoe to drop from Nero and Dr. John, which they're hyping up, is that Lance videos called me the day after the Ye and Alex Jones interview begging for a job at the Ye campaign. Lance has a screenshot from 5 or 6 years ago of Ali asking him for a dick pic when he was 17. In December 2022, Milo promised Lance that if he published the screenshot, that he would give him a job on the campaign. Once Lance realized Milo had been fired, he tried to extort Ali into getting him a job on the campaign. So basically, he's trying to shit on and demonize the people exposing Ali Alexander. Literally covering for groomers, because this is what they do, folks. Nick said that he didn't disavow Alexander earlier because Alexander has been loyal to me over the years. Even though it's a bad rumor, I'm not going to throw him under the bus, especially because he's been loyal. That's right. He doesn't care if he's actually a groomer. Doesn't care if he's a pedophile. As long as you're nice to me, I don't care what you do.
People are like, well, why didn't you disavow Ali? It's like, over the last couple of years, it's like, well, I'm not going to throw somebody under the bus for rumors. I'm especially not going to throw somebody under the bus who has been loyal to me for years and who I know is not going to flip on a dime and blast my text messages everywhere and turn into one of these people. And, so that's another dimension of it. Is not only was Milo not providing proof, but he's insistent you got to disavow Loomer and Ali and even Ralph and Baked Alaska and this one and that one.
Yeah.
And it's like, So that's how he plays. But also specifically with Ali, it's like, well, I'm not going to throw particularly, even though it's a bad rumor, I'm not going to throw him under the bus, especially because he's been loyal.
Yeah, why disassociate with a groomer? He's one of mine, so it's all good to me. And yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene's former intern Milo Yiannopoulos is out there slinging the shit about it. Posted screenshots alleging white nationalist Nick Fuentes knew and used his America First group to groom teenage boys. Of course he did. John McKinley Campbell, husband of Milo, most recent address is listed. The house is pictured. So basically what he's doing here is he's proven that he is, well, this is Nick Fuentes is trying to prove that Milo is ghostwriting, or did ghostwrite, Marjorie Taylor Greene's new Christian nationalist book, which I'll show you more of it in a minute. Let's scroll down, see more of this. In response to the undeniable proof of Ali Alexander solicited nude photos from a 15-year-old fan, Nick Fuentes says to give him a fucking break and calls it flirting. Yeah, it's just flirting when you're clearly grooming underage boys.
And I want to organize a massive movement politically to take over the country. And that involves a great deal of associations. And sometimes they're not all good. It's as simple as that. If you have a problem with that, well, you try to build something. That's what I would say. Are countries and movements and things going to be ground to pieces because of bad faith attacks over sexual impropriety? If we're talking about rape and murder and things like that, okay. But when we're talking about flirting,
grooming,
give me a fucking break. Honestly. Yeah, and I know that's not a good look. Whatever. That's how I feel about it.
Whatever. Who cares? I don't care if my side grooms. I'm not going to call about it anyway. Why would I? I'm trying to build a movement, people. And Milo has posted multiple text conversations that show Nick Fuentes knew about Ali Alexander and didn't care. Let's take a look at some of these. How many of your fans does he have to molest? 1, 5, 6, 10, 11, 20? I didn't know. I didn't see him buy a ticket. I think after 50, we're probably going to have to cut him. Ha, okay. Jokes aside, yeah, it's an issue. I'll stand down. I'm just saying he wants to come to AFPAC to blow 17-year-olds rant over. You're right, says Nick. I wanted to flag something, Ali Alexander, in case this hasn't reached you. I have 3 boys who are going on record to say Ali groomed and or molested them when they were underage, promising career opportunities. It's an open secret in gay right-wing circles and will all be toppling out soon. My instincts tell me the Christianity stuff is insincere and desperate, to which Nick says, oh boy, okay, thanks for the heads up. That's going to be not good for me, but if he's raping kids, he shouldn't be in politics. To which Milo says, typical grooming stuff will come out this year, whether I release it or not. There is a circle of Ali casualties who are in touch with one another and actively seeking to get their stories out. Climbing into bed with 16, 17-year-olds, etc. Brow, says Nick. That's why I was surprised, because everyone who loves you knows about Ali, to which Nick says, the worst I've heard is he's asked a couple guys for dick pics. It goes way further, of course. Again, that's all I've heard directly from a direct source. Isn't that enough? Isn't that grooming if he's asking underage boys for dick pics, Nick? Of course it's not. Anyway, he knew and he didn't give a shit. That is the gist of that story. Then he defended him and pretended like he had no idea what was going on last week.
Frank V sent $3. Sorry if retarded, but thoughts on the accusations against Ali? I know your retarded loser enemies don't have anything on you, so they attack your professional acquaintances. Anyways, God bless you, King.
I've heard about that stuff for a long time. And as far as I know, I don't know that there's anything new. I don't know that there's anything out there that's like, are there any accusers? As far as I know, there's some screenshots. And there have been screenshots floating around for years. But the claim is not he flirted with somebody, because he's very open that he was bisexual at one point. As far as I know, that's no longer the case, or at least not acting on it. But then there's this claim that he's an abuser and all this stuff. And you know what? I've heard for years.
Anyway, line his ass off. He knows, but he doesn't care. Literal groomers are on their own side. They just ignore it because they're not about shit, as I've said many times. So anyway, lots of drama for that. I could read on and on, but let's finish that one. So what is this one? Oh, yeah. Another of Ali Alexander's accusers now alleges that he was pressured by Nick Fuentes to disavow old text messages in which Ali Alexander asked for explicit photos. Here's all the receipts. Basically, Nick told the kid to message Ali Alexander and claim that his screenshot of their sexual messages were faked so that he could then use that to get out of the fact that he sent those messages. And the kid refused to do it. So Nick going out of his way to try to cover for groomer Ali Alexander. Of course he is. And suddenly, dirty tricks expert Roger Stone, you know, Donald Trump's right-hand man, who is Ali Alexander's mentor, never heard of him. Roger Stone says the claim that I knew about or condoned or somehow enabled any inappropriate or illegal activity by Ali Alexander is categorically false and defamatory. This attack is led by a congenital liar and married con artist, that don't even make any sense, who exploits and financially defrauds vulnerable single women. Yeah, doesn't give a shit about the groomer that is your protege. And then Alexander went public to claim that Marjorie Trader Queen is trying to intimidate him. I love to watch him fight. Marjorie Trader Queen loved me until in December 2022, I exposed the fact that Marjorie Trader Queen committed a crime, although he's never revealed what the crime is. He keeps claiming he has evidence of a crime, but he hasn't revealed it. So what you waiting on if you actually have the goods, motherfucker? But yeah, she tried to intimidate you because you groom kids. And then Nick Fuentes declared war. It's war on his good friend Marjorie Trader Queen. I guess she is now enemy number one because she dared call out Ali Alexander for his grooming of children, and you can't have that if you're a conservative, I guess.
You know what? Marjorie, you stupid bitch.
What's that?
It's on site. I declare war on Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Mm-hmm.
Metaphorically, not personally.
Metaphorically.
You stupid fucking bitch.
Anyway, war! And I love to see it. I hope they kill each other metaphorically in Minecraft. And then, apparently, Milo has been out there sounding the alarm that Ali Alexander is a groomer for a long time. Here he is back in February 2022 on Alex Jones' show. Alex Jones is real good friends with Ali Alexander. You might remember they tried to overthrow their government together on January 6th. They created the insurrection together. I wish I didn't have to cover Ali Alexander, but he is one of the main players in the attempt to overthrow our government. For some reason, well respected and one of the main grifters in the conservative influencer circle. Like I said, one of Alex Jones' main guys. So here's Milo going to call him out on Alex Jones' show, and Alex Jones tried to defend him and just brush it out under the carpet.
There are those homosexuals still scrambling for attention, scrambling for money, and I look at them and I see where I was, and I am a greatly enhanced, I think, human being. Compared to I watch them now, you know, the sort of the Ali Alexanders and, you know, whatever, people who sort of try to keep their homosexuality under wraps, but not very successfully. And I think to myself, if I could only get, you know, half an hour in a room with these guys and try to explain to them, try to show them the sort of peace and calm and by the way, enormously heightened effectiveness that you get from drawing closer to your spiritual life. You know, I just wish I could get them all in a room because they're some of them are.
Well, I want to be clear. I know Ali. I didn't know any of that.
Yes, unfortunately.
For me, I just think Sammy Davis Jr.
I call him Clammy Davis Jr. because he's quite fond of 19-year-olds. But no, he's
Oh, come on, don't listen. I don't know anything about that. I don't want to get in a fight about it.
All right, okay.
Ollie's a nice guy, but seriously,
I don't know anything about that, and I don't want to know anything about that. I just want to call Democrats groomers and ignore actual grooming on my own side because that's what we do here. And then, as a retort, Nick Fuentes provided receipts, apparently, that prove, it seems like it does prove it, that Milo Yiannopoulos ghost wrote Marjorie Trader Queen's new book, The Christian Nationalist Bible, the one she's going around the country touting. He wrote that for her, folks. Of course, she didn't write it herself, but she chose Milo Yiannopoulos to write that book for her. And here's the crazy part. Milo himself is a pedo apologist. So you got Marjorie Trader Queen going out there calling the Democratic Party pedos, literally has a pedo apologist writing her book for her. If you've forgotten, well, here's Al Alexander with Donald Trump. If you've forgotten who Milo is, let's have a listen.
An MP, a member of Parliament in Britain, who's just been fingered by the police, as it were, for being a paedophile, and he's on the front pages of all the tabloid newspapers.
Don't they love getting fingered?
Well, and if you know anything about British politics, there are a few crucial details that will reveal to you who this person is.
Everyone pedophile over there?
Well, no, I mean, you see, there's this great taboo against conflating homosexuals with paedophiles. And you're not allowed to say that, of course, these things exist on a spectrum, and that there is, of course, a huge disproportionate overlap between homosexual men and paedophiles versus heterosexual men.
Well, that's the whole thing with the Catholic Church, because they go, fucking 2-year-olds, they're fucking pubescent boys, they're gays.
Well, yes, they are. In many cases, they are gay. Although I'm reluctant to hear a bad thing about the Catholic Church. If it hadn't been for Father Michael, I would have earned a fraction of what I did in my 20s. The real problem I have is with all these people who suddenly remember they were abused 20 years later and suddenly decide that it was a problem. These are whinging, selfish brats. I mean, my God, it's really not that big a deal. It's, you can't let it ruin your life. So if somebody fiddled with you, so what? I mean, I wouldn't give nearly such good head if it weren't for my priest.
So you hear what he said there? He said, why are you guys whining about being molested? It was no big deal. I wouldn't be as good as sucking dick if it wasn't for my priest. So literally a pedophile apologist wrote Marjorie Trader Queen's new book, folks. They're not about shit. Literally paid him $100,000. A pedophile apologist, $100,000 to write her book. That's who we're dealing with. And yeah, like I said, groomer hanging out with Trump. Of course, he ain't gonna say shit about it. And then, folks, at least something amazing happened this week. Apparently, Matt Walsh got hacked on Twitter. At least I think he was hacked. Let's read some of the comments. My pronouns are that N-word. Oh, maybe that's real. I don't know. I can't confirm Andrew Tate, Cobra Tate, kidnapped and raped those girls. That's just gospel. So maybe he's telling the truth. Ben Shapiro, you know what you did. You are a closeted homosexual and hide behind being Jewish. Well, that's just gospel. God damn it. He gets hacked and he tells the truth for the first time. Joe Rogan is a pedophile. Oh, really? Good to know. I ain't a gangster. I'm a sassy shooter. I don't know what that means, but I love it. Let's see what else has been posted on his hacked Twitter account. I have often bragged that I'm immune to poison ivy after getting a really bad case of it years back. 2 days ago, I walked fearlessly through a patch of it because I'm immune. It turns out I'm not immune. Here's your first mistake. It's kind of amazing to see all of the Christians who think nothing of going to a yoga class. There are many excellent ways to get in shape that do not involve participating in Hindu worship. This is not, these are actually real ones. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. These aren't even hacked ones. That's how crazy Matt Walsh is that I can't tell the hacked ones from the real ones. Craziness. But anyway, so here's the depressing part, folks. One of the most lucrative things in this world is spreading hatred and bigotry. Like I said, I just lost like $300, $400, $500, whatever it is, the last couple of months on my Patreon. Matt Walsh making $100,000 a month doing nothing but shitting on trans people. That's his whole shtick. That's all he's got. making fucking bank. This is what the world rewards, folks.
Media Matters took the time to review dozens of videos from back 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago, publishing their findings under a headline promising to reveal my sordid past. Now, these institutional efforts to silence me and us have continued all the way up to this week. So in fact, less than a day before I was hacked, we received word from YouTube that I had committed a series of alleged violations of their terms of service.
You did?
And also of their ad partnership guidelines.
You did.
Which will now lead to my demonetization and potentially being banished forever from the platform. Now, YouTube's ploy, what we have to understand about big tech.
They literally told him that all he has to do is stop misgendering and spreading hatred and bigotry towards Dylan Mulvaney. That's all he had to do, and they would have remonetized his channel. Because YouTube doesn't actually give a fuck who they hurt. They will reward these motherfuckers forever. But Matt Walsh has calculated that he can make more money by playing the victim and continuing to spread transphobia, hatred, bigotry. So apparently he claims he's going to leave YouTube and just go elsewhere and cash in those cancellation bucks. He'll make even more money than ever. But anyway.
Ploy is to be intentionally vague about their guidelines. They won't tell you. They'll tell you you violated something, but
That's
they won't
true.
tell you exactly what it was.
That's true.
Or how that thing violates the guidelines.
He is right about
because
that.
They want to afford themselves the latitude to demonetize and deplatform you whenever they feel like it. And that's really what's going on here. Of course, they just selected me and they said, well, it's your turn, and we're going to look for a reason.
Now, they had a reason for you.
In fact, they did tell us, though, they cited 3. There were a number of violations they claimed. They'd only tell us about 3 of them. All 3 of them, coincidentally, had to do with Dylan Mulvaney.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they did tell you.
Now, I don't know.
You just lied about that.
Coincidentally, YouTube decided you're not allowed to say anything about Dylan Mulvaney. YouTube has decided that I'm not allowed to use biologically accurate language when discussing Dylan, or presumably any other trans-identified person. And for what it's worth, it does not, for what it's worth, it doesn't seem that other channels are being held to this standard right now. So we were told by sources at YouTube that a decision to target our channel had come from the highest levels of the company. And they're looking for something, a reason to take us out. Now, of course, there is a way out of this jam. You know, the big tech, they're very generous, and they'll give you a potential off-ramp. So if I simply respect the preferred pronouns and I stop accurately gendering people, then I can likely continue to do my show on the platform. I can get it remonetized after, a short probationary period. And I can continue making over $100,000 a month on YouTube ads.
$100,000 a month, dude. You're making $100,000 a month off YouTube ads, folks. Holy shit, that's depressing. They want to sell this fantasy of meritocracy where the best people succeed. I know this is going to sound conceited, but there is no universe this motherfucker is better at what he does than I am. Yet he making $100,000 a month. He making more in a month than I make in 2 years. It's fucking depressing as shit. But that's what happens when you sell out all your integrity and morals. That's what happens when you spread fear and hatred. The world just backs the cash truck up and dumps it on you. But apparently he says he's leaving YouTube. I don't know. We'll see what the fuck happens. And then, apparently Dominion has settled their lawsuit with Fox News. Nobody's happy about this except for the lawyers. Look how happy the lawyers are. They settled for $787 million, which is half of what they said they were going to sue for. I was spreading like copium. I was saying Fox News may go bankrupt from this shit. Nope. As Hibbett Meta points out, for less than one Rupert Murdoch wedding, they'll just pay off this hush money and continue to do exactly what the fuck they've been doing. Just sucks. So disappointed, but I'm not surprised. All right, we're going to skip over George Santos. Got to get a move on here. I can't help but to personally feel attacked. I'm starting to think that Laura Ingraham might be talking about me, y'all.
Yes, the Democrats are determined to keep young people weak, poor, frightened, and alone. They don't want you to get married. They don't want you to go out to work. They don't want you to have kids. They want you at home smoking pot, playing video games, and spending the rest of your life as a 12-year-old.
That's exactly right. That's 100% what I want. I don't want you to have kids. I don't want you to have to work, because who the fuck wants to work? You should be sitting home playing video games, enjoying your life. I know I'm evil, but damn, she nailed me.
We all know stories of young people who don't want to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't believe that most young Americans want to spend the rest of their lives feeling sorry for themselves.
I don't feel sorry for myself at all, dude. It's amazing.
They want to grow up. They want responsibility. And they want better lives for themselves and someday
better lives,
for their
yeah.
children.
For my
So
children.
here at The Angle, our motto is no American left behind. And that includes young Americans.
Yeah. Too late. That ship has sailed. All the young Americans are leaving you motherfuckers behind. And did you guys hear about this beautiful thing that happened? Apparently, Mike Lindell put out a challenge. If anybody can prove that my election fraud evidence didn't actually come from the 2020 election, I will give you $5 million. Now, obviously, he didn't think he'd ever have to pay it, because regardless of what evidence anybody put forth to him that proved that he was lying, he would just not accept it. And as he was the one issuing the challenge, it was up to him, he thought, to be the judge, and he would just declare nobody able to do it, so he'd never have to pay it off. Unfortunately for him, that's not how legal issues work. And somebody did prove that the data he put out was just nonsense, had nothing to do with the 2020 election. And they took him to court, and he's been ordered to pay the person $5 million. MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell has been ordered to shell out $5 million to an expert who debunked his data related to the 2020 election, according to a decision by the arbitration panel obtained by CNN. Lindell, a purveyor of election conspiracy, vowed to award the multi-million-dollar sum to any cybersecurity expert who could disprove his data. An arbitration panel awarded Robert Zeidman, who has decades in software development experience, a $5 million payout on Wednesday after he sued Lindell over the sum. Just beautiful. Bankrupt this motherfucker. I don't want to spread too much copium like I did about Fox News, but I'm thinking Mike Lindell might actually go bankrupt once they're done with him for this and Dominion. But of course, he out there crying about it. This guy wasn't even a cyber guy. He's an IT guy, but not a cyber guy, so he shouldn't have been able to win. Like, these two things are different.
Reality is.
Well, it is the reality. It is fake news. It's the biggest scandal. Here I am on a family trip with my grandkids, and I'm attacked from all over the country. News reporters call me all day. Isn't it kind of strange this comes out the day after Fox settles with Dominion? This guy's not a cyber guy. I don't even know how he got in there with his credentials he has. He's an IT guy, a computer guy, but he's not a cyber guy. Now, you say, well, why did these guys rule against this? Well, the three arbitrators, hard left Democrats, you only get a little pool to choose from.
Reality is.
You chose them. It's always a conspiracy. Everybody's a Democrat. Everybody's against me and lying. Nope. You're a con artist, and you got called out for it, and it's beautiful. And hell yeah. And all right, that is my Chud Watch. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Last chance to get your super chats. I'm going to be doing the He Shall Be Elon section. I got a big Elon section coming up in the after party. So be sure to tune in. What you guys saying about the Mike Lindell? So it's even easier to catch him in a lie than he thought. Yep, he didn't ever think he'd be held accountable, because they never think he'd be held accountable. Usually they're not. So I guess I can see why he thinks that. I want Babbitt family to sue Trump. Babbitt family's on Trump's side. They're cult members, so they're never going to sue Trump, obviously. But that'd be beautiful if they did it. And all right, moving right along, folks. Let's finish off the show with, let's see, let's do a little slow news week, I guess. I only have one slow news week. I was just going to show you guys my M&M thing. Yeah! So anyway, I was talking about on the last video I did about how they have this new AI program that allows you to sing a song and then basically almost like auto-tune, but instead of auto-tuning your voice, it makes it sound like whatever singer you're selecting, basically. So what I did is I sang, what does that sound? Without Me, is that what it is? I created a monster because nobody wants to see Marsha no more. They want shady. I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed. This is hot liquor, some vodka, then a jumpstart my heart quicker than a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor. When I'm not cooperating. When I'm rocking the table while he's operating. I've heard this song a million times, and I'm pretty good at doing the inflections when I want to sing it seriously. But my southern accent makes it hard to do the Eminem accent. So I can do the inflections good, and I can get the, I can spit it pretty good. Doesn't sound like Eminem, but here's the AI program I was talking to you guys about, and I did exactly what I just did. I just recorded in a WAV file, and then I put it in this program, and here's what it sounds like when it spits it out to the side.
I create a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marsha no more. They want shady and chopped liver. Well, if you want shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed, mixing some hot liquor, some vodka, then a jumpstart my heart quicker than a shot when I'm getting shot at the hospital by the doctor. When I'm not cooperating, when I'm rocking the table while he's operating.
So pretty cool. Technology's gonna get interesting, gonna be suing motherfuckers all over the place. I can sing that song without getting copyrighted, I'm pretty sure. Don't know. And anyway, pretty neat. And see if I have any more to share with you guys. I guess I'm going to save all the rest of them. We're already 3 hours into the show. I did a 3-hour show. That's good enough. Let's read the super chats and get the fuck out of here. Please consider becoming a patron. Get exclusive content. The link in the description of this video. You guys know you want to. Help me out if you're able. Henry became a Dust Buddy. Well, the Dust Buddy's Henry. You're one of the cool kids now. Spam the chat with impunity. Look up Sassy Shoot a Song. Okay, I will. I already love that saying. So I will definitely be sure to check that out. Sweater wearing a tree. And another $100 from Norman Vaname. Hell yeah, hero. Norman Vaname. Much obliged. You're one of the good ones. Norman says, if children don't want to get shot, they should have stayed a fetus. Durr, feed the cats on me. Even that doesn't stop you from getting shot. Like I said, the woman that was shoplifting at Walgreens got shot by the Walgreens employee in her stomach or some shit. So even that doesn't help. But thank you, Norman. Very amazing of you. And also I want to send a shout out to... God damn it. Why is it? I don't understand why this thing won't close down. Let me move it over here so I can fucking see what I'm doing. I don't have it listed anymore. Fuck, I had it. Where the fuck did it go? God damn it, Dusty motherfucker. You were so bad at this. You were so fired. All right, let me go to my Gmail real quick so I can check to see who it is. Oh, it's Glenn Houston. Shout out to Glenn Houston for your very generous donation via PayPal, which is also a great way to support the show. You can send direct PayPal donations to cultofdusty2@gmail.com. There's a link in the description of the video for that. So thank you, Glenn. You are amazing. I appreciate all you do for me. It doesn't go unnoticed. Justin Shep, $5. You should do an AI presidential debate between Donald Trump and The Rock, not Dwayne Johnson. Have him actually talking to The Rock from 1999. That'd be pretty funny. Maybe I'll try to find some time to make some funny videos using AI. I'm definitely on top of the technology, though. I'm going to be doing some cool stuff in the future. NFTs are overwhelmingly money laundering schemes. I wonder where the wallets are that are buying these, says Urban Maz. Yes, they are. Paging the FBI. Keeper Alert 1972. Dusty, I now remember Trump wanted to get rid of a person's house next to his casino, and she wouldn't sell it. I think he found her house tacky. I'm surprised he didn't have her killed. The gangsta he is. Cuban lover. Watch the clock, watching TikTok. These votes, they're trying to block. They're hoping for a law. Yep, they're definitely trying to shut down the youth vote. No doubt about that. Happy post 420 day. Happy 420 to you, Maximus. Smoke them if you got them. Peace out, E. Thank you for being a hero tonight. I've missed you. I hope you come back. Love you, man. Keep on rocking, brother. I will. Hagging a fool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thumbs up to you. One on Dux Alden. I murdered it. Dusty, I like your AI lyrics song video. Hey, appreciate it. It was a pretty good video. Not too bad. And all right, I think that's all of them. Anything else pop up? You're a wonderful person. I like you. I like you, MJ. And cool initials, too. One of my favorites. And hell yeah. And all right, folks, please hit the like button before you go. If you're watching this on a repeat, leave a comment. I need all you to leave comments. That's very helpful. But if like you click the share button, that's good. Hit the like button, that's good. Share the videos on your Facebook, Twitter, forums, wherever. That's also good. Help me out if you could. But please become a patron. That is also very important because if you do, you get to watch the after party with Dusty Smith that starts right now. Another 30 minutes of this show. It don't stop. The party keeps going on. So love the shit out of you guys. I appreciate you all. And I'll see the rest of you motherfuckers at the after party. And those of you poor sons of bitches who are not patrons, I'll see you on Monday. It's only a weekend away, so have a good weekend out there. Be good to each other. I love the shit out of you. And as always, till next time, Logic, fuck yes. Switch over now, motherfuckers. Because once again, it's about to be time to float.
Time to float. You float down here.